Okay, good afternoon, guys. You have another few hours to go. Should start now. Good. Okay. Now we just finished the first. We just finished the first 5 chapters. Now we have 3 more hours to go. We finished the rest of 5. Fortunately, the rest of 5 chapters are short, and we have more questions to ask. And now Alex is now going to give you those, the summaries. So I can just stick to summary and talk about that, right? So let's start. It's 2 o'clock. I think we can finish before 5. Anytime before 5, we can dismiss earlier, right? Good. So the 6th chapter deals with the 息痛, that means hypochondrial pain. As I mentioned before, this part about the rib, this part, we are calling the hypochondrium. Okay, the hypochondrium is controlled by our liver. Okay, the liver part will control this part. Actually, as I told you before, the liver, atomically, this is located in the middle jaw. However, its function in the lower jaw. Why? Because the liver went through the hypochondrium, go up to our breast, and then go up to our neck, go up to our temple, and down we go in the inguinal area. So all this area, if you have any problem, of course we can just attribute to the problem with the liver. Okay, and here is the summary. We are talking about the hypochondrial pain. So we deal with about the main, the principal points, and of course there are several sub-symptoms, just like the liver cheese stagnation, and then there are blood stasis, dampness, heat, and others. Okay, and hypochondrial pain refers to the disease. Means the pain either from one side or both sides of that, and sometimes on one side we just refer to local pain. On both sides, of course, this is because of the problem of the liver and gallbladder. Okay, and this pain can sometimes be acute or chronic disease. And in Western medicine, it's sometimes called the chronic hepatitis. Hepatitis can be divided into 3 types: hepatitis A, B, and C. And those either of them also cause you hypochondrial pain. As I mentioned before, any disease caused, any problem causing the liver will have this kind of hypochondrial pain, and also your pulse will appear. Also, you have wiry, and also your mouth sometimes will have a bitter taste. So whenever you problem liver or in gallbladder, this time any starting with cold, that means it's concerned about the gallbladder. Okay, Hilpec toe here, it means what? It means the liver. So when you guys study about the Greek or the root of English, you should know these 2 words. Yeah, come on.
So for Western medicine, hepatitis, we use hepatitis. Right?
Yeah.
But so in Chinese medicine, we won't use hepatitis.
We won't use
the hypochondrial.
Yeah, hypochondrial. Yeah, that's right. Okay. This suggested by the gentleman sitting at the back, and he always told me that there are 52 disease, and within this disease, we can just use this word hypochondrial pain or symptom. But this one to be bracket in the back for those people who learn Chinese. But of course, this name is a formal name. Okay, we won't know this, except you guys are attending the general class of examination. Otherwise, I don't think you need to remember all the Western medicine names for that. Okay? Yeah, thank you. And here, this I want to mention the intercostal. Intercostal muscle always linked with the hypochondrial. You know why? Because here you got ribs. Okay, I don't have the skeleton here, right? So just let me we have 12 pairs of ribs here. Okay, between 1 and 2 intercostal muscle. That means the rib between the ribs here. Okay, so we call this intercostal muscle here. Okay, And here you find a nipple here, and about the fifth intercostal muscle. And this is the 6th and the 7th. And the 7th here, you get another important point, which called the Qiman. It is liver 14. The liver 14, LR 14 here. And traditionally, we will not needle this one because these two are contraindication. We will not need needle here, right? So we call it 语中. That means, and here down below 语经, we will consider that, okay? And you just know where the point is, okay? Okay. Yeah, concern about the etiology, that means the cause, and usually the hypochondriac pain will caused by the liver or the gallbladder. The liver belongs to 结因, we call food 结因, while the gallbladder belongs to the 孝阳. And as I mentioned before, any type of the hypochondriac pain will concern about either the liver or gallbladder. And this, especially the liver, you guys know the liver control our temper of anger. Anybody get angry will hurt his liver, right? So any emotional disturbance will be the problem of the liver. And finally, it will cause what we call the liver qi stagnation. And liver qi stagnation, as I mentioned before, will lead to what we call the blood stagnation. Okay? And if this blood stagnation get more worse, it will become stagnation in some channels in collateral. It stay in the muscles, okay, but when it stay in the muscle and collateral, it will block the flow of qi and blood. Okay, either it cause the dam hit in the liver and the gallbladder, or we will stop the flowing of blood and qi in this area. Okay, and do you know this is the middle jaw here? And we block here, the qi and blood cannot go up. It causes some headache, and sometimes because you first of all the hypochondriac pain, and then up here because any problem in the upper jaw here. Okay. And how about we do the differentiation of symptom? Anybody knows you or any patient suffer from the hypochondriac pain? Of course, first of all, the patient will, in his chief complaint, will tell you that he got the hypochondriac region, get the pain or get the ache there, right? And the other thing, of course, this kind of liver qi will stay there and causing the pain in hypochondriac area, and this will run. And as I mentioned before, this one is this kind of pain is affected by the emotional. Okay, when they got emotional disturbance, this pain will increase. And what in the concomitant sign symptom will include what the chest impression, chest oppression, and sometimes the guy like a sign. Once it's sign, it will get released. Yeah. And also, if you got any problem in the liver, you affect your appetite. Okay, you get no willing to eat. Because what? Because here we got distension. And as I know, many people suffer from the liver problem, just like hepatitis or gallbladder, always will cause some edema inside the body, like the ascites, and also the water will fill inside. And this is also the problem of the later stage of the hepatitis. And you can also tell from his pulse condition and the tongue condition. As I mentioned before, you suffer from any qi stagnation, and you can never see anything wrong with his tongue, but you can see his pulse. The pulse will be wiry. As I mentioned this morning, wiry means the top, and also a string-like, okay, in this way. And the other thing about the other cause of the hypochondriac pain is because of the blood, the stagnated blood. Okay, as I mentioned before, stagnated blood is much more severe than qi stagnation. Qi stagnation, the qi can move, the qi has no shape. But when you feel something is shaped inside your body, that will be more dangerous. Okay, so it's the accumulation. Sometimes you feel here, I got something happening here. But when you undergo some, MRI or just scanning, you can find nothing here. That's still the qi. But when you do it with the, ultrasonic and also the MRI, you find that is surely with a stagnation of either blood or tissue there. Okay, so advise you guys don't let any cheese stagnation develop into the blood stagnation, and especially when it's fixed, it's not going. This is more dangerous for that. Okay, and here we got the sign symptom of blood stagnation. For blood stagnation, the stagnation is stable. It's not moving. And during the night, it will be more severe. Why? Why? Because in the daytime, with the yang more, and then the qi can be moving, right? But at night, when the yang and the yin develop more, and then the qi and blood will be slow, much more slow. So the pain will be much more severe in that case, right? The tongue will display purple color, while the pulse will be more choppy. Okay. The third cause for this hypochondriac pain is because of the damp heat. If the accumulation of damp heat, of course, there will be pain around here, hypochondriac region, and this is really, really obvious because when people touch that, it will be very, very discomfortable because this is an excess disease. When you touch it, it will increase the pressure. And this guy also displays what we call the bitter mouth taste. The mouth with the bitter taste, and also the chest get unpleasant because there's the stagnation here, also get the damp here, and of course poor appetite, and sometimes so poor that you also want to vomit or nausea. When one guy have a nausea or vomit, that means it's full of the stuff inside his stomach. He's not going to eat. Neither he will just, in another sense, he will just take it out as more comfortable in this case. And the urine yellow, and if sometimes this develop into the gallbladder, it will become what we call the jaundice. In jaundice, people will find 3 yellows. 1 yellow in the eye, 2nd yellow in the skin, 3rd yellow in the urine. So if you find these 3 types of yellow, you can confirm that this guy is suffering from what we call the jaundice. Okay, and also you can find the tongue is full of tongue coat with a yellow tongue coat. Of course, the pulse will remain wiry, slippery, and rapid. Wiry, as I mentioned before, this is a kind of disease in liver. Slippery, that means accumulation. What's the accumulation? Stagnation of what? Either you have stagnation of food, stagnation of blood, stagnation of food, stagnation of phlegm. All those things you can see it from your tongue, which appear as slippery. Okay, rapid means heat.
Slippery is a pulse, right?
Yeah, no, slippery, right? Yeah. Right, you can see slippery is a pulse.
Choppy, slippery is not
choppy is not slippery. Slippery and choppy are opposite. Okay. Opposite. Slippery, that means really smooth, really smooth. Yeah. But in this case, you can find the slippery pulse as sometimes just like you have a breeze under your finger. Okay, many breeze striking your finger, under your finger. While chopping is slow and a kind of slow pulse, it will go with difficulty. We call it choppy. So both of them are at both ends of the spectrum. Okay, so you can easily distinguish them. Okay, and also the rapid pulse means the heat. So here we got the damp heat because of the slippery and rapid pulse. Okay, and then the 4th type of cause is called the liver yin deficiency. Whenever we say yin, always we refer to blood. However, in theoretical, yin includes 3 things. As I mentioned last lecture, yin includes the blood, the body fluid, and also the jing. Jing, J-I-N-G, jing always in Chinese means essence. Essence. Your essence in the body, we call it the jing. Jing is important in which organ? In kidney. Kidney. When we refer to the kidney problem, we also refer to kidney yang, kidney yin, and kidney jing. Kidney jing is a kind of, the abstract which can provide energy, not only energy, we provide is, essence to the other organs. Okay, if people suffer from liver yin deficiency, you also get the similar sign symptom as the dull pain in the hypochondria, and this dull pain is everlasting. And if the people suffer from exercising, doing some exercising, the pain will be intensified. Okay, with the dry mouth and dry throat. Sometimes you get dizziness. You know why dizziness? because it's mentioned by the Chinese medicine classic, 黄帝内经, or in English we call it the Yellow Emperor's internal medicine. It mentioned that if you do not have enough blood in your liver, you cannot see, you cannot hear, you cannot grasp food, you cannot walk. That means the liver blood is very important for our eye, our ear, our hand, and our leg. So this is why I say, people suffer from liver yin deficiency always have the problem with dizziness and blurred eyesight. Dizziness, that means do not have enough blood. Blurred vision means there's not enough blood supplying to the eye, right? And also the eye will dry because of the lack of body fluid. And red tongue, that means heat, little coating, is also because of a little stomach qi. But when you combine the red tongue and little coating, it always means that the yin deficiency. If the red tongue with no coating, this is a very severe yin deficiency. Either the yin deficiency in kidney, okay, or in the stomach in this case. On the other hand, when you are taking the pulse, you will see his pulse is always wiry but small. Wiry is because of the liver, but small, what does that mean? Deficiency, okay? And then, because it is wiry and deficiency. And the other thing, maybe this is rapid, okay? Rapid and small. So this is, we can say that, okay?
So for qi stagnation, the tongues that it won't show.
No.
For blood stagnation, you will see purple.
Yeah, you're right. Purple stain. The less degree and the purple stain on the top of that. But if it's severe, the whole tongue become purple. This thing, because there are some blood stagnation there. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. How do we treat them? Treatment is important. Principally, the hypochondrial areas I mentioned before is controlled by or governed by the liver. Okay. So anytime you feel hypochondriac pain, you must go to the organ of liver to see what happens. So here the first point is qi. As I mentioned before, these are nipple, okay? Just one, this fifth intercostal muscle. The sixth and the seventh, okay? And down the seventh, this is fifth, sixth, yeah, seventh. Down here, just 2 ribs down below the nipple, we got the qi. Qi is LR14. Qi is also the fun move of the liver, and it's also important to release the qi in the body, okay, in the liver. The second is a jikao. Jikao is a TX. This is T4, right? And then the 2-inch, and the T5, and then another inch, and then it's T6 jikao. Jikao, as you guys learned before, is one of the pulse for solving the problem of the constipation. And jikao here is also used for releasing the hypochondriac pain here. And the third point is yang ning quan. Yang ning quan is very special. Okay, yang ning quan is especially for any pain in your lower limb. I mean leg, right? This is locally, but for the organs, yang ning quan is also the the infant point of the gallbladder, okay, and you also govern the tendon. When you mention about the confluent point there, you know that actually the yang ning quan is responsible for the tight tendon in the body. It also include the gallbladder inside the body. Okay, so these are important when we are treating the hypochondriac pain. Another point which is universal for tonification is Jusani ST36. So as I mentioned before, you must always remember this point, ST36. Okay, and in addition to the hypochondriac pain, if you find the patient suffer much heavy the stagnation in qi, you just consider his qi point, in the liver, which is the LR2. LR2, as I mentioned before, LR2 is more and more sensitive to LR3. But if you get really severe qi stagnation, of course, you consider LR2 there, okay? And the other is Taichung LR3. So if you have both together, the effect will be much more prominent and clear. Okay, so please consider 2 and 3 together. Okay, and also since we are talking about the hypochondriac pain because of stagnation of blood, so the solution for stagnation blood, as I mentioned before, you either move the blood or activate the blood, right? So in order to move the blood, we consider the SP10 血海, and also at the back shoe, you also consider PL17, and 2 points are responsible for tonify the blood. While tonify the blood can be moved too, right? And you can also consider other points which you feel painful, because for this kind of pains, you find where you get pain, you can just ask the patient to point to you so that you can just add the needle, but don't directly add the needle to the pain point. Okay, to pinpoint. What I'm going to do is to put it in the both sides. For example, to get here, it's a pain point. Okay, we will not directly apply the needle here. Instead, we apply the needle here, just like both sides. But move it every 5 minutes. Move up and down, depending on the nature of the pain. If the nature of the pain because of excess, and then you can use the method of sedation. Okay, but if the pain is due to the deficiency, you can just tonify, and the technique is also important for either tonification or sedation. Okay, and if the heat is caused by damp heat, the pain is caused by damp heat. Of course, we need some more point in the 中脘. That means a RAN 12. That means CV12, and also the 三阴交, which is SP6, because 中脘 and 三阴交, this 2 points is going to clear the heat and also remove the damp. Okay. Lastly, we are talking about the yin deficiency. With the liver yin deficiency, of course, we have to tonify the yin, the nerves yin, and then, as I mentioned before, all the best shoes for tonification, no sedation. Okay. So if you find the liver and kidney yin deficiency, of course, you just turn the patient back with face down, and then you just apply the needle to his ganshu, ganshu and also the kidney shu, which is the BL18 and BL23. Okay, those in order to tonify his liver and also kidney. Okay. Okay. Here you mentioned why we take those points, because first of all, as I mentioned before, the qi belongs to the liver. Okay, and yang ling qun is the loop point and also connecting point of the tendons and also the liver and the gallbladder in this case. And G-cow is very important because G-cow is what? The G-cow is in TE6. Yeah, the TE6 belongs to the triple warmer, and triple warmer is responsible for transporting the qi all through the body, because triple warmer, that means 3 things. One is the upper gel, lower gel, and middle gel. So we circulate all the gels. Okay, and there's a very important Chinese statement, in Chinese medicine, saying that whenever you see disease in liver, we will always consolidate the spleen. Okay, here, according to this Chinese, I can just translate to you. That means whenever we see any disease in the liver, we will treat the spleen by tonification. So this is because the relation between the liver and spleen is one is the wood, the other is the earth, right? The wood always enter the earth, but if you consolidate the earth, that means this is the sun. They are not the mother and son, they are the interaction relation. Okay, but of course, no. They are not talking about the spleen, but this is the spleen. Okay, the liver is gone, the spleen is back. Okay. So you are right. Sometimes you have a problem in the liver. We always will relate to the gallbladder. Okay. For example, some people will suffer from gallbladder stone. Always, much of the time, gallbladder stone will make the liver become, inflammation, and sometimes they will, stick together. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm not going to spend too much time on the auricular acupuncture, but you just if you just take it as reference, okay? And also the epidermal needle. I don't think we need to have epidermal needle to cure the hypochondrial pain because this is very thick, and then you can reach the inside, right? Except the pain is superficial, just like in the skin or just like under the dermal layer, you can do it. Otherwise, I will not use dermal needle in treating any hypochondrial problem. Okay, and here it just mentioned why do we use acupuncture. Here, you just mention about one more thing, which is shingles. Okay, yeah, shingles is a very terrible disease experienced in Canada here. You can see the publication by the government there. Okay, people over 50 years old, just like us, has much more higher chance to get the shingles. According to Chinese medicine, shingles is because of what? Because of liver. Okay, and once you get the shingle, we use the Chinese medicine of 龙胆泻肝汤 to subdue the fire, okay, and to kill the people. Although you can just visit the Western medicine doctor, he will give you all kind of, not antibiotic, antiviral word, which is much more than antivirus, okay, to cure them. Of course, it is effective. I find many friends who suffer from shingles. You can just get cured within one week or so, right? But the thing is, this kind of shingles will leave lots of problems later because the pain is not from muscle, it's from nervous system. Okay, so even after you get well, you will suffer from lots of pain day after, right? So this is the problem is. So I don't have time because in the internal medicine, sometimes I share with the student about this kind of shingles. Yeah, question.
Can you just write that herbal medicine?
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, this is very useful. As I mentioned before, this one, 龙胆泻肝汤.
That's for shingles?
Yeah, 胆泻 肝汤，龍膽瀉肝湯，呢個龍膽茶，龍膽茶，係龍膽茶。Okay. Do you want Chinese?
Yeah.
Okay. 龍膽瀉肝湯。This one is made up of one herb called 龍膽茶。龍膽茶. Okay, it means what? It means use 龍膽茶 as a principal herb to purge the liver. Okay, 龍膽 purging liver soup. It means in that case, this is one of the herbs we are going to use because you subdue the fire. If you do not want to use the Western medicine, you can try to use this one. But this is very, very dangerous, because these shingles will arise from the lower back, from the chest, from the neck, even from the face, some people from the head, from the head, and when this happens, it happens to the eye, will make the eye blind, make people blind. Okay, so this is anytime it can happen, and this is because of the liver fire. And again, I can tell you, even when people suffer from shingles and get well, it's no chance guarantee that it will not happen again, right? Because of the emotional disturbance, because of business. And people think that this may suffer from what? Pressure, stress. Okay, so people are just realized to take it easy, and then you will not suffer from this kind of pressure. Okay.
So for this tone, the herbal store they have it, right? No?
Herbal store?
Yeah.
No. You just asked me to write it down. Everything I can do it, right? Yeah, we got it here. 龍膽瀉肝湯. Yeah, they have no. And you don't have even the Chinese patent medicine. No. You get all the Chinese medicine, not this one, because it's not common. Okay, those people running business are very, very practical. More people buy, they make it. Just like Louis D. Wang Tang, just like others, they will. But for something very used, they won't make that. Okay, yeah. And this is the conclusion of the differential syndrome. Okay, we just compare of these three types of disease. One, hypochondria, which we are now dealing with. Okay, this is the history because of the liver and gallbladder. And where's the pain? The pain from the right shoulder, the back, and epigastric. We just like to differentiate among these three disease, okay? And then we know that what's the difference between the epigastrial, epigastrial and also obstruction of qi and chest. We find the history different. Okay, this is your spine and stomach. This is because of the heart. And radiating pain, when this happens, the pain will radiate up into the right shoulder and back, while this one just radiate the back. And this is the left shoulder, okay? I think, but this is just written by this textbook, but I will not confirm it because according to my experience, these two will be different. You know why? Because according to hypochondrian here, you can just radiate here or radiate here. So this is unreliable, okay? I don't think so. We just consider from the history, consider from the organ. Okay, this one is from the liver, and this one usually from the stomach, and this one, of course, is anywhere you can go qi and the chest, because sometimes this one we call it like coughing. You cough a lot, and then the dampness around here, you can also get what we call it obstruction of qi and blood in the body. Okay.
So for the pain at the this area, and then it go down a bit, it's still considered the hypochondrial pain?
No, hypochondrial should be about the rib. We replace the rib here.
Okay.
The rib. Below this one, all considered epigastrial region. Okay.
Oh,
You get divided. This is hypochondrial, epigastrial, and later on at the last chapter we consider about abdominal pain. What do you mean abdomen? Abdomen is below the navel. Okay. Between the navel, between the rank 8 and also the rank 15, this area we just consider as the epigastrial. Okay, this one. So, okay, this is Chinese. We're not going to consider about that. How do we treat those, hypochondrial pain? And according to the Chinese, I always stress this one. Okay, what do you mean by pain? Pain because of something unsmooth. And smooth, of course, no pain. I always mention this to those people, even in management and other businesses too. Inside our body, if something got blocked, we get pain, right? If you just make it smooth, it's no pain. Doing in the management, same thing. If you're going to manage people, and then if you got anything, you lack of communication, you get blocking, of course you get pain, right? Because you're in control. Same. So nowadays, many theory in Chinese medicine can be applied to business and also to the other fields of study here, right? So according to this principle, if we make our liver smooth, okay, get rid of any blockage, of course there will be no pain. So in this case, we're trying to use the technique of releasing the liver, or we purge the liver, or we just do a soften the liver. Okay, how can we soften the liver? We try to use some blood tonification. If you add more tonic herbs, just like dongguai, just like basho, it will soften the liver, and the liver will not be hard again. Right? If the liver is too much containing too much fire, of course you have to purge. The liver, okay? And we never suppress it. Suppressing the liver causes a lot of problem. You know why? According to the Chinese medicine principle, the liver, like a plant, it must grow as it like. If you put the plant inside a cupboard, okay, and limit its growth, the plant will be really stuck in that way. Like our liver. If we suppress our liver, you just get everything stuck there. Of course, it's no good to the growth of the liver. Okay. So what we're going to do, in this case, we'll just use a different herbs, a different method to soften, to get the heat away from the liver, and also you get supply more liver in, that means blood to the liver, and so that the liver can live more smoothly. Okay. So what we're going to do, first one, if somebody get liver stagnation, what will be the symptom? One, as everyone knows, hypochondrial pain should be, and this pain is going to move to migrate here, there, okay, the migrate area. Whenever you have a migratory pain, that means a wind, okay. This wind may not be caused by external factor. Sometimes your body got some wind. Where? The liver wind. 2, because of the insufficient blood, because the wind. Okay, those. So in this case, the qi gas stagnation. So the pain in the liver, I mean the hypochondriac area, will be migratory and not fixed. And this migratory pain will intensify if somebody get you angry, okay, and get your emotional disturbance. And also, the accompanying symptom will include the just like distension and fullness in your stomach, and also there's always get burning and also chest oppression. Okay, of course you can find that the most typical pulse here, wiry, W-I-R-Y, wiry pulse, and nothing wrong with the tongue. Okay, and you know why? Because of the qi gas stagnation. It will stay in hypochondriac area. So you can find the hypochondriac pain here. Okay? And also, because the qi, the liver qi, will really violent. How violent is it? Will invade other organs. Okay? And then it invades organs just like spleen. Because he finds spleen is superior to him, so to just invade the spleen and make the spleen disorder, make it hypofunction. The spleen is responsible for 2 T's. 1 is transportation, 2 is transformation. So if the spleen was invaded by the liver, so it cannot carry its ordinary function to transport and transform the food. So the food will stay there and become stagnation. So food stagnation here is not because of spleen, but because of the liver. Okay, in this case you can see that there will be distension and fullness in the stomach and also in the abdomen. Okay, so here is because of the liver. So the liver will dissipate his disorder through the pulse or through the pulse condition, which is wiry in the liver position. Okay, and how to solve the problem? The problem is, since the qi is gas stagnation, the liver qi, we're going to soothe the liver and regulating the circulation of qi. So one important formula is called 柴胡疏肝汤, 柴胡疏肝汤. And this means we're using 柴胡 as a principal herb to soothe the liver. And this one, okay, this is the representative formula. And we may use the 柴胡and other herbs to soothe the liver. And the second cause is because of blood stagnation. And as I mentioned before, blood stagnation is much more serious than qi stagnation. So this time, the pain will be more severe. It's not just the distension, but it becomes a stepping or cutting feeling. Okay, and this pain is not migratory; it's fixed. Now you guys will understand one more principle. If you got the choice, you want the pain moving or the pain staying there? Of course, yeah, moving. Moving is less severe. So if you're staying there, fix it there, that means it get more severe, right? Just like the stagnation of qi and stagnation of blood. So here, if the pain is not moving, that means it is fixed. It will stay there. And always, it will be more intensified at night. As I mentioned before, because in nighttime, the yin is more than yang, okay, making the blood and qi moving much more slower than the daytime, okay. And the accompanying symptom will be, you get a mass here in my country, the mass. That means, as I mentioned before, the blood stay there and then you will not go. How can you get this away? I'm so sorry. Either you can use acupuncture, you cannot move it. You must combine the acupuncture and Chinese herb together. You get it away. Okay? And as I mentioned with the tongue, now see the tongue. In qi stagnation, you can see nothing wrong with the tongue. But in blood stagnation, you can see blue or purple stain on that. Okay? Those, and also one more information about the hypoglossal vein under the tongue. You can see it's thick and also it's very purple in color. Okay, those will show you that. And of course, the pulse will be choppy and deep. Deep means the pulse is deep inside the body. choppy means there will be stagnation. Okay, and when doing analysis, you know that the chi and blood stagnation is not easy to form. This is because of what? Because either the external trauma, or as I mentioned before, when women they have a menstruation cycle, they get the cold, they get the collagen inside the body and making the blood staying in the uterus. So every time they got the menstruation, their blood will be purple in color with the blue clotted blood there, the black clotted blood there. Okay, and here you can see those stagnation will stay there, will not go away, and later on it will become mass. And mass in Chinese medicine sometimes we call it the Ji and Ju, and those Ji and Ju means what? Means accumulation of accumulation. When you add accumulation and accumulation together, this is we call it the the masses. Okay, here. How do we get rid of these masses? As I mentioned before, only by acupuncture is no use. We just consider another famous Chinese formula. We call it the this one. No, I don't think this one will. 玄复发汤. I'm not sure this one because another soup which is called the 邪符煮鱼汤. 邪符煮鱼汤 is much better than this one.
Can you write
Okay.
it down?
Yeah, I will have this one. 邪符煮鱼汤. Yeah, I think much more. 邪符煮鱼汤. Okay, it means the blood palace how about getting away the stagnated blood. Okay, means血符煮鱼汤.
有那个血府煮鱼汤 is better than the 血
I think so.
发汤
I think so. Yeah, it's better than this one. Okay.
Can
You can
we
use.
get it though? Can we get this one? Can we get this?
No, not even in the Chinese patent. No, you just put it one by one and pick the herbs here. Pick the herbs here, right?
Okay. But then okay.
Yeah, that's right. This is basically. I'm so sorry. I'm going to correct my speech. Okay, and this one using initial stage. In the starting stage, we can try the 邪符煮鱼汤 because being a professional TCM practitioner, we must try them step by step. Okay, so 邪符煮鱼汤 is a common use. But since you can see this formula, 玄复发汤 itself is weaker than this one. It's weaker than this one. However, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do all kind of animal. Some animal into it, and then this animal can also get rid of that's an herb. Okay, that's an herb. And also we got some other, some kind of animal to remove that. Chinese medicine not only herb. Sometimes you get lots of animal, something you don't understand, right? But they are able to disperse the stagnation. Okay, and this stagnation is very, strong for that. So this is one. Yeah, question.
Did I just ask? Did you say initially this one is better?
Yeah, initially is better.
And then as it progresses, we do something else.
Right. We add something just like this one. This one is weaker than this one. Okay. However, when you add all those things, just like all those animals together, I think it will make the effect much stronger.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like the name for 春三甲.
君上岗.
Yeah, those are very nice. Yeah, those names I can see that there. This is, yeah, and also some niche, L-E. Niche is also a kind of those herbs for getting.
But we're not allowed to do that either, right?
No. In China you can do anything else.
In Canada.
But we could do in Canada.
Yeah, they use leech for a wound.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I can see Chinese people can use all type of animal to cure. Just like the millipede, just like the earthworm, just like the scorpion. Just like the silkworm, even the snake. They use all sorts of snake to to help in this kind of thing, right? But
Okay,
you know,
thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. So, yeah. So you can see this one, transcendent, yeah. And also, yeah, those things are also the addition for that. I'm not going to talk about the modification, but just give you something else for your interest. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The third reason, the third cause for the hypochondriac pain is the liver and also gallbladder dam heat. Dam heat. Remember, dam and heat are two things. But when you combine dam heat together, it's very serious. Okay. As I mentioned before, in Western medicine, doctor they don't have the concept of dam heat. What they have the information. The information means the fire plus the dampness, which is very severe, right? So dam heat, as I mentioned before, you can't find any dam heat outside. Usually dam heat is in your digestive system. The feeling is simply as I explained before, unfinished feeling after you go to toilet. Okay, every time you just leave out the toilet, you find that your defecation, your stool had never finished. Okay, and this is called stagnation. Okay, so here you can see the main symptom will be you got the hypochondrian, fullness and also the distension. However, there are some accompanying symptoms, just like you feel the oppressed chest oppressed, you are not going to eat anything. Sometimes nausea and vomiting, and then this time maybe some people appear red, yellow eyes. I mean they are sclerotic layer get yellow, and then the skin appear yellow. And this time you always have some chill and fever together, especially the urine. When you go to urination, you feel difficulty. That means the difficulty in urine, retention of urine, and sometimes some people will vomiting. And vomiting one well, I think this is exaggeration. In this case, nobody will vomiting one well. Okay, you know when? When old China, about 20 or 30 years ago, the people living in the village like to play. They like to play with the sand. After they play the sand, all the eggs of the worm will around their nail, and then they eat them, and then they eat the egg there. The egg will will develop to the worm inside their body. So there's a lot of parasitic case in the body, just like the Ascaris, roundworm, and tapeworm, and all type of parasitic disease in the body. In this case, some of the roundworms will cause disease in the body, especially when the roundworm move up from the intestine to the liver and stay in the liver or stay in the gallbladder. It will cause a lot of the jaundice or the dampness, the heat dam, the dam heat inside their body. Okay, and the pulse condition, of course, is wiry and rapid, and also the tongue you can see is yellow coat, and also this is red in color. Okay, this is the I think the most important thing you remember is for the dam heat is always have the same symptom: going to toilet, always having an unfinished feeling. Okay, after finish it, you find some of the stool may stick in your anus, and then you can't finish. Okay, this is what we call the dam heat. Okay, and people in Hong Kong, they like to eat what? Mango, and also mango, lychee, and also which one? No. I mean pineapple, mango, and all those things will induce dam heat inside the body. Okay, this is the kind of thing. So, and in analysis, you guys have to know what is dam heat is. When dam heat inside the body have a problem to cause the blockage in your channel and collateral. Okay, in this time, people will feel bitter taste in the mouth, and this is because what? Because the bile juice coming up from the stomach, and then which is secreted from the gallbladder. Okay, and also this bile juice, secretion of bile juice is too much. What do you mean by too much? Every time you get the something like greasy food, and this food when it pass through the duodenum, and then the gallbladder will be stimulated. It will secrete the bile juice to digest all those fat, all those greasy food. Okay, But when you eat too much, what does that mean? And then the gallbladder will squeeze too much bowel juice. Right? This bowel juice is too much that it cannot digest by the small intestine. Some of them will go into the blood capillary, okay? And the blood capillary will go to our skin and go to our eyes, so we appear yellow in color in our skin and our eyes. This is because you eat too much thing. Okay, sometimes people do too much, Kentucky chicken or French fries or deep fried food. All those things will cause what we call the damp heat inside the body. Okay, and the thing is just easily to see. If you don't have a yellow eye, you don't have yellow skin, but the thing you see is yellow urine. Whenever you go to the toilet, you see your urine is yellow as a golden yellow. That means you surely get too much deep fried food yourself. Okay, and the other thing, when this disease, getting more severe, you will have a pain sensation or heat sensation after urination. What does that mean? You mean the inflammation in your urethra or inflammation in your urinary bladder. Okay, this is also the damp heat descending from the large intestine to your urinary bladder. Okay, and sometimes people suffer from what we call the hepatitis. In hepatitis, the disease is not in exterior, not in the interior. It's middle between interior and exterior, which we call 消炎. When you are invaded by the 消炎 disease, the typical 消炎 symptom is alternate chill and fever. What do you mean by alternate chill and fever? It's not mixed together. That means 1 hour you get high fever, another hour you get shivering all the time. How shivering? You have many blankets inside yourself, you still feel cold because your shiver is generated from your heart. Okay, this is what we call the alternate chill and fever. Usually they appear in 消炎 disease, or when you have some people invaded by the malaria. Okay, we got this. Yes. Yeah. Thank you much. Thanks a lot. Yeah. This is what they're going to have. Okay. Out of finish that I will give you. Okay. Out of finish this one.
10 pages, so everyone can take 1 page for each disorders.
Oh,
Do you have a stapler or something?
Yeah.
Stapler together?
Yeah, you can do that. No problem. Okay. Yeah. You can just pass it one by one.
Okay.
Yeah, pass it one by one. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. You just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take one. Yeah, thank you. Take one.
Did you put all the 10 together or each page?
Each page is 1 disorder, so it will be 10 pages.
He can condense everything into 1 page.
Yeah.
This is what good is, right? Yeah. Come on, guys, you need not label that. I just asked you to put on the front of each chapter as the leading page for that, right?
Thank you.
So, you're good. Okay, thanks, go ahead. 10 pages, because you got 10 chapters for this book. And this book we got more, okay? Yeah, according to Dan P, you guys know what is the situation same as some people they suffer from malaria. Okay, you got this one, okay?
Do I have one names? Oh, shoot, I already have one. Sorry.
We get 5 chapters. This is the longest chapter we got. And among the 5 chapters, there's 2 long chapters with 6 and also 8, while the others are really short. So I'm not afraid that we cannot finish today. Some people ask me the recipe of 龍眼瀉肝湯, and this one got to have the total, all the herbs of 龍眼瀉肝湯, which is going to cure the shingles. Okay?
So, when we eat some food like mango, pineapple, is there any food to balance it? Sometimes you want to...
Yeah. I tell you a story, okay? In Hong Kong, about May or April, we get many lychee from China. Okay, many people taste good. They take about 1 or 2 pound lychee. After that, they will get damn heat. What we are going to do is to take some salt water. Yeah, you dissolve the salt water and then you drink it. Actually, in Chinese people, they think that the salty food The more salty food, it will descend the fire. So you get the heat, and then you get the really concentrated salt water. Okay, and then you can descend the fire. So I advise this lady that if you want to take the lemon, take the mango or pineapple, if you want to take more, prepare some salty water for you. And then using the salty water, it will descend the fire. And Chinese people do not like only salty water. They put any salty meat into the congee meat or salty fish into the congee and boil it, and then they eat the congee, and then of course this is another way to descend the fire in your body, right?
So you're saying if they drink the liquid, they drink the liquid from the salty stuff?
Yeah, the salty thing, like take the congee because the summer is hot, right? Nobody like to take rice, and then we take the congee. Congee is easy to take it, and the porridge. You add more salt in the porridge, and then you can still descend the fire. Even you take more lemon, not mango, many pineapple, you can do it, right? So, as I mentioned before, Chinese medicine is all life, divided life. For 2050 years, you always have the life, and then people get experience that. And many times, our grandparents know more Chinese medicine than our parents. Our parents know more Chinese medicine than us. And we know more Chinese medicine than our son. And then for our grandson this in Canada, they don't have any Chinese medicine, except they come in this college and they study, right? This is why. I always have this mention, these things sharing with my students. Okay, so in Hong Kong, I just introduced some courses, Chinese medicine in the high school, and advising the principals. How about to just introduce one course to the students? I think this is good for them.
Yeah.
However, due to the overcramming of the curriculum, they cannot put even one lesson in that. So what I'm going to do is I just wait for any teacher who is taking a sick leave, and then I'm a substitute teacher and come in and tell the student, what is it? What is the 5 element? What is the yin yang? The interest? Yeah. So see you next time. Whenever your teacher gets sick, I will come again. This I can do, right?
Yeah, otherwise we lose all those.
Exactly. Okay. We try to form some, interest club, just Chinese medicine club for the students so that they can join as extracurricular activity. And during this time, they just go to plan some Chinese medicine in their garden and in campus. Sometimes I take them out to the outside school for competition. And then there are some competition in Chinese medicine. They can join this team to do it. We have all kind of activity. They can visit to the school. But here in Canada, I can't do it because I don't have time to go to school. I mean, no principal, no headmaster have the same concept. Okay. Yeah. Just want to show you all this thing. Okay. Here, if we want to clear away the heat and eliminate the dampness, we have a good use of this one. 龙胆蟹蛋汤. Okay, this one. What are they composed of? It's just you can underline one 柴胡. Second, 黄芩, and then 柴胡黄芩. And 木通 is for getting rid of the water. I mean to solution water. And then 急蟹, and this is 切前草. Yeah, you can always find 切前草 outside. I find in Canada. All the backyard and front yard and the summer full of this 切前草. It's very, very popular here, right? Always collect this one. Okay, those are the formula for the 龙胆蟹干汤. One of them. Okay, and also can I say anything? 班哨 and Eugene, and those are addition. Okay, you best take it one bar. Okay. As I mentioned before, you guys, if you are going to major in Chinese medicine, just remember the representative formula only. Okay. Yeah.
We can use Mutong.
Why don't we here we can use Mutong?
Yeah, we can.
Really?
Yeah.
I could use it in my student clinic. Always in Mutong. Yeah, you can sell it. You can buy it in the Chinese food shop. Mutong.
Yeah, but not.
No?
Yeah.
Let me check.
Yeah.
Thank you for the information.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I always say, especially when we are using the 八金散, when you are using the 龙胆蟹干汤, we always use Mutong. Mutong is a very good diuretic herb for inducing the urination. Okay, and
One can
This is Madong
Mm.
Yeah, so it's a herb because people have this.
when you say 马兜铃, I have an idea of that.
The fitness.
Yeah, okay, no problem. I just think this is just a herb. Just herb for the athletics. When they are joining the Olympic Games, they're not allowed to take it. But here in Canada, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I try to find out. Thank you. Good. Okay. The fourth cause will be the insufficient for liver yin. Okay. As you know, yin comprised of the blood and also the body fluid and also the jing. And this time when people lack of liver yin, of course, you can see from all these accompanying symptoms. Okay. Usually the main symptom will be pain, hypochondriac pain. However, there will be some other concomitant signs and symptoms, just like a dry mouth, dry throat. You get the dysphoria. Dysphoria, that means you get irritability. Okay. And the other thing is, I always get this name of the 5 pound hit. 5 pound hit. For those people who are here before, you know, understand 5 pound hit, but for new students, you know what is 5 pound hit. That means you get 5 pound of body getting hit. This including your 2 pound, torso, and also your chest. Okay, this area. So this also happens only in the yin deficiency. While you can take the temperature there, the patient itself will always complain that I feel hot. But when you go to see a doctor and take the temperature, sorry, you're not fever, please go home now. I know nothing to do with you. But when you go to see a Chinese practitioner, he will know this is called the empty heat. He will just kill you by all kind of, just like all kind of herbs which will cure the empty heat. Just like the which one? The 青蒿变节散 and all those things will, or we got the 鸡泡包胃丸, those things can cure those kind of 5 pound heat. In addition to 5 pound heat, there's another thing called the tidal fever. That means the heat only happen in the afternoon or only at night sweating. All those are characteristics of the yin deficiency. Okay, and the typical tongue condition for yin deficiency should be red tongue without cold, or red tongue with a little bit cold with a crack in the middle, or red tongue with a geographical tongue. What do you mean by geographical tongue? Means the tongue look like a map. All the exfoliation, all the peeling over there. These 3 types of pulse denote, all of them denote what we call the yin deficiency. And also the pulse, as you guys know, is a fine and rapid pulse in this kind. However, when they are associated with the liver, of course, it will add one more. Besides very, and fine and rapid also includes the wiry pulse here. Here he mentioned why we got all this disease, because this is lacking of jing and blood inside our body, and which cannot nourish our collaterals in the liver. Okay, and also why do we get 5 pound heat? Why do we get the tidal heat? It's all because of the blood, the jing and blood cannot go up and cannot nourish our eye, so that we get the dizziness, we got the blurred eyesight, and those are the reason for that. Okay, and how to solve the problem? As I mentioned before, if the lung do not get enough nourishment, it will become dry, and then it will become hyperactivity. What we're going to do is to add some more lubricant, just like we add the Vaseline. We add the Vaseline to your hand, so that your hand will be lubricant. Here too, what we're going to do, we're going to soften the liver by supplying more nutrition to them. So what we are going to do is Yi Guan Jian. Are you kidding? Do you know Yi Guan Jian is what? Yi Guan Jian is for constipation. I'm so familiar with this formula because when I was doing my PhD degree in Zhejiang, my topic is in irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable bowel syndrome contains a very great idea is the patient suffer from either digestion, either constipation or diarrhea, or some patients suffer from both of them. That means today constipation, tomorrow diarrhea, or either any cause for any form of the irritable bowel syndrome. It is because of emotional disturbance. Okay, for example, some people going to present, just 1 minute before the present, rush to the toilet, okay, to poo, and then come out because he was irritable. Is because he was really sensitive to any nervous condition, and then you either make any disorder in that. So Yi Guan Jian is what? For dealing the problem with constipation, especially the aged people, the elderly people who cannot pull because of a lacking of the yin. So 鱼关节 is going to nourish the large intestine so that the stool can come out smoothly. Okay, so 鱼关节 can be, however, 鱼关节, in addition to other things, just like Sasan and Maidong and those things. Okay, and this is 鱼关节 plus modification, and this is prevention nursing. What Chinese medicine different from Western medicine is that we are not going to give treatment. We're also going to give the patients the lifestyle advice, okay, and so that you can prevent him from, getting the same disease again. So those are the measures of prevention, okay, and we always ask them some contraindication. Some foods cannot be eaten. Some is again, we just advise that they don't eat too much mango, don't eat too much pineapple. This is our advice, okay? So to be a professional TCM practitioner, we have know all these details, okay? So that you can advise your patients. You will not hope you come again unless you get sick, right? This is what we're going to do. So you just get this thing with you. Okay, thanks a lot for this topic. The question? No. So, any question? Okay. If no, we can take a minute. We will move the other before we take a break, okay? As I mentioned before, 6 and 8 is too long. And then we are going to get the 7. The 7 is a 腹痛. 腹痛. What 腹痛 means is abdominal pain. Abdominal pain. What makes the pain we get abdomen? Abdomen is just area below our navel. Okay, this is the abdomen. Okay, abdomen contain what? Contain all the large intestine, contain the urinary bladder, and the women also contain the uterus here, right? And here we also got the ovary and oviduct here. So around here. So what is concerned? One is concerning about your disorder in your large intestine and small intestine. Second, for the woman, always concerned about the menstruation cycle and also those reproductive organs are here, right? So this chapter is really short for you guys to understand. However, 腹痛, we just have 1 or 2 formula for that. Okay, it's very easy for that. Okay, no, those I think you got this one, right? This is the summary of the syndrome differentiation. So you get just 1, 2, 3, 4 types of that, and then 7 types of that. Okay. So what do you mean by abdominal pain? Do you know what's the difference between the big abdomen or the small abdomen? Right? In Chinese people, we got it. And this side, both sides, so we got it the large abdomen. Down below, we got the small abdomen. Okay. So here we mentioned about what do you mean by abdomen? It's below, just below the epigastric region to the above or the pelvic girdle. The pelvic bone, about around here. That means this is below the rank 8 until to the rank 2. Okay, rank 2 is what we call it 局骨 rank 2. So between rank 8 and rank 2, you get this abdomen here. Okay, and contain what? Contain the alimentary canal and also the female system there. Okay. And what will be the etiology? How come you get pain in your abdomen? In Hong Kong, when the kid's sleeping, okay, when the kid feeling still, the mother like to use a towel to cover this part for the kid. Why not here? Why not here? Why here? Because the thing here, the part easy to get cold. Okay, what is the result? You get cold. Of course, you will go to toilet and get diarrhea. Right? So this is very important that even you don't have any, even have one handkerchief, you just cover this part for the kid. And for yourself too, if you take a power nap in the afternoon, please cover here, right? When you are sleeping with your face up. And after that, you get what? You get diarrhea, right? So diarrhea always come with the abdominal pain. So the abdominal pain sometimes may be because of the exterior syndrome. This exterior syndrome is because cold. Much more than heat, okay? The cold syndrome. When this part get cold, all the digestive system will stop working. What you eat is what you die. What you what you discharge. Okay, this is very important. And this is the middle jaw getting cold. Okay, one. Second reason may be exterior heat syndrome. What do you mean by heat syndrome? Sometimes, you get the heat from outside, or you eat too much spicy food inside the body, and then we get inside, and then you get heat. And there are many times when you see the kids when they have the abdominal pain, we will ask them, what do you eat before? Sometimes you must eat the wrong things, right? So the only thing is what? Before you apply any medicine, just tell them to go to the toilet. Yeah, fortunately, you just discharge everything, and then congratulations. Right? If you discharge and then you still get cold, and then you can get the medication for that. Right? This is very simple idea for that. And the other thing is we call it the wet and damp heat food. Damp heat. The damp heat food always with the deep frying food, and sometimes you got the besides this one you get the disorder. For example, you get the buffet. Okay, which you eat more than you like, you can, and of course you get abdominal pain. The only solution, go to the toilet and then discharge it away, and then you will be happy. If this thing get into your stomach, of course you will vomit them out, right? And then you get easy. And then this is the only solution. And however, some kind of abdominal pain, not because of the food, not because of the heat or cold, because of the weak constitution. Weak constitution. What does that mean? That means, the spleen deficiency. The spleen do not have enough power to digest and absorb food, right? And this is also called the pain. How come? As I mentioned before, there's some disease called the down diarrhea. That means at 5 o'clock in the morning, you get up to the toilet and pull all the way out, and then you go to sleep again. Tomorrow, repeat the same thing, right? But this kind of diarrhea always accompanied with some abdominal pain. Why? Because you're too cold. You get the spleen yang deficiency. Okay, and this is also because of that. And some people, when they get angry, they will get abdominal pain. Okay, just like my wife. Every time you get quarrel, you say, I get abdominal pain. Okay, I say no, you can go to the toilet. Okay, yeah, sometimes some people, I'm not pitying the woman. Many times the girls will like to do that, right? When they quarrel and then they cannot win you because they say, abdominal pain. Okay, I say go. It's never for us to argue, right? So next time I will not argue with her. Yeah, this is their way of doing. Okay. And we always say that women have 3 weapons. 1 is crying. 2 is do not like to eat, hungry. 3 is going to die. Okay. Then I argue with you, so I do not eat. Right? First crying, second being hungry, third is go to die. And it's a very powerful weapon for them, right? Okay, go ahead. Sometimes the chi mechanism, right? Is we're causing this kind of stomach ache. As I mentioned before, some women usually do that. Okay, and the other thing is the chi stagnation. Okay, the chi is too strong that it affects other organs. And the other thing will be the other reason will be seldom. Sometimes people some external trauma. That means when you fall off from the height, or when you beaten by other body, and then you will get stomach ache. You get abdominal pain. This is seldom. Okay. But the stagnation of chi sometimes will be, because when you get stagnation, of course you get this one, right? So how can you tell are people getting abdominal pain? Of course, this is the chief complaint by the patient, right? I get abdominal pain, and then accompanying with this abdominal pain, of course there will be other symptoms, right? And this pain is very vigorous. Of course, some will be chronic. The chronic one will be on and off doing that, right? But the acute one, usually because of exterior syndrome or get some poison, food poisoning, or you get some people going to a buffet and take some raw food, just like sashimi, just like and also the raw oyster, and then but the intestine is so sensitive to that and allergic to that, and then they will get stomach pain, stomach ache, and also the abdominal pain, and go to the toilet later. Okay. First of all, let's consider the cold, pathogenic cold. When the pathogenic cold accumulates inside our body, what will be the result? Cold make everything contract, okay? So both the blood and qi will not go. And this time you get pain. And this cold, of course, is the character. You like to get the warm water. You get an warm object or warm cold heat pad in your abdomen. This is because of the coldness inside there, okay? And some people will get what we call the cold syndrome. How can you get cold syndrome? You and me never have cold syndrome, right? But for those elderly people, sometimes you just. I remember one time I returned from China. I brought some green tea, and then I just brought green tea to an elder man about 80 years old, and then he liked the green tea. After he drank the green tea, where did he go? He feel dizziness, and then he go to toilet, and then every time for the frequent urination, the urination is long and clear. That this is because they suffer from what? Cold syndrome, right? How can you solve that? Of course, make some ginger water, okay, and then warm up the body, or make some, warm food, ginger soup, or we can get some ginseng, boil some soup for him, and then you can save him from getting the long and clear urine for that. Right? And if you inspect his tongue, of course, all the tongue will be pale and white, and also the pulse will be deep and also tight for that. Okay. And the other type of the abdominal pain is because of the damp heat. As I mentioned before, damp heat is a characteristic of what? Always an unfinished feeling in your pool. Okay? And also, before that, you should have some, abdominal pain. What do you mean abdominal pain? That means there will be the movement, the peristalsis of the large intestine, really rigorous. Okay? But I can tell you guys, peristalsis of the large intestine is good. If there's no peristalsis, you will suffer from constipation. But if it's over peristalsis, and then you get diarrhea. Okay, what is according to the Chinese medicine classic of Yellow Emperor's internal medicine? Nothing is too much, nothing is too less. Okay, so excess is no good, deficiency is no good. So we consider balance is the better here, right? And here he mentioned about if we suffer from the damp heat, of course you will get the distension and pain in the abdomen, and also the constipation. And this constipation is sometimes will have an unfinished feeling like that, and the guy will always have more willing to drink. And however, if you drop all the water into your pool, leave a little water in your urine, what will be the result? The result is you have scanty and dark urine. Okay, so many people suffer from diarrhea, always a scanty and dark urine. So there's one treatment principle. What do we say? We draw the water from the large intestine into the urinary system. So what we're going to do, 不通, 切钳子, and those things, if you try to dry the water, this is good, right? If you dry the water from the large intestine to the urine, first of all, you can stop diarrhea. Second, you can just solve the problem of scanty and dark urine. And this is also one of the treatment principles in Chinese medicine.
So drink more water doesn't help?
No, can. If you drink more water, just make your diarrhea more in that case. So what we're going to do, besides this one, if you don't have any Chinese medicine, and then for the patient suffer from diarrhea, and we don't have Chinese medicine, and he also needs some food to eat, what we're going to do, prepare some congee, we put a qinpi, that means orange peel, dry orange peel, to boil it. Nothing, you cannot add anything, because once you add the meat, anything, it will just increase the diarrhea. So in order to stop the diarrhea, we prepare some congee with some qinpi, that means the orange peel, prevent that. And after eat 1 or 2 meals, and then we stop with diarrhea and draw the water. This is our experience. Okay?
Persian people use the congee with the yogurt.
And yoga, okay, yeah. This is according to the yoga. Yeah, they use yoga. Yeah, incredible. Incredible for me. Some
The
people.
regulars comes from Iran.
Yeah, that's right. The Iran culture sometimes is different from Chinese culture. Even the culture here in Canada is different from us. Some of them we consider hot and they consider cold. For example, I got some student from Pakistan. She told me that ginger, according to their culture, is cool.
Oh yeah.
But ginger, in our culture is hot.
Yeah.
I know, because in compare with the curry, maybe the ginger is the mild and this one, right?
Yeah,
And this is what they say. Okay, this is some interesting for me to do. Okay. besides, I'm talking about how to stop the diarrhea, and then we are very, very primitive and all the traditional way to do it, okay? Of course, your Chinese medicine, you can do it. In this case, if the people suffering dengue, his tongue will be red, and his tongue coat will be yellow and greasy. And of course, the pulse will be slippery and also rapid. And the other type of people who suffer from the abdominal pain may be because of the cheese and blood stagnation. Okay, and as I mentioned before, any type of stagnation will lead to the pain. So this here, if they get cheese and blood stagnation in the abdomen, you get the pain here, and this pain comes with distension, okay, and also fullness. And this pain will lead down to the lower part. And every time he sigh, and then the chi will be more comfortable in this case, right? And this guy, you don't irritate him because he will be irritated. Little bit will make him angry. Okay, more angry, of course, it will be intensified. If you look at his tongue, you can see the blue stain or purple on her tongue, or dots of blue stain there. And his pulse is wiry and choppy. And the last type of last cause is about the spin yang deficiency. As you know, spin needs the fire to transform and transport the food, right? If the spin lack of fire, that means the spin is cool, and then you cannot digest and absorb the food. And so what will the result? The result will be cold around here. So we have the cold pain around the abdomen. Okay, and this pain is also on and off. Okay, never stop.
You feel cold.
Feel cold, yeah. You like to put your hand here, or like to put hot pack in your abdomen. This is because of the spin yang deficiency. Okay, and this will intensify if some people get hungry. There's a case in Hong Kong that we find an old man always coughing, and coughing with a white phlegm. What happened? In the morning, after he returned from the jogging, in the morning session, he will get a lot of coughing. And also, sometimes before the lunch or dinner, he get coughing. And then we suspect that he's, suffer from the spin yang deficiency, right? Because before dinner, you get empty in the stomach, you will get coughing and also the phlegm here, right? So here, we mentioned about the thing. One more symptom is because he always feel tired. Because the spin linked with the qi. The spin is the first organ to be sensitive to the qi deficiency. So whenever your qi deficiency, your spin will be sensitive by the spin yang deficiency. So every people suffer from lassitude. The restlessness. That means lack of spirit, always because of the qi deficiency. So you can see his tongue always wet. Always is pale, and also the pulse will be deep and slow. Deep means deep inside the palpitation. Small means deficiency. Okay, how to treat this problem? Okay, you guys going to be acupuncturists. Of course, anything concerned about the abdomen, actually we can link with the stomach. Why? Because the spin, this word spin, have two meanings. Okay, it's a broad meaning means what? Means the whole digestive system, starting from the esophagus to the anus. This is spin. And then in its narrow meaning, it just means the small intestine. After the passing through the stomach and then to the large intestine, this is spin. So here, if you got any abdominal pain, you like to link the stomach and also the small intestine together. So first of all, we going to take SD36. SD36, as mentioned before, very useful. Okay, it belongs to stomach. It not only tonifies stomach, it also tonifies qi and blood, right? Because it contains, it's a C for the food, the C for the qi and blood. Yeah. And of course, Zhonghua here, okay, because it is around here. Although the problem is here, but you can still touch on the Zhonghua because it's the same channel, just like a river. Just like if somewhere get traffic congestion, the whole traffic will be blocked in this way. And Tenshi跟Zhonghua is the same thing, right? Zhonghua here, Tenshi here, just here. So also tension will much more near for the abdomen. And besides that, you get those 2 points away from the abdomen. This is the 三阴交, this is SP6, and then we also got the 关元. 关元 is for what? For qi, for qi. As I mentioned before, the 3 points for qi deficiency, 关元, CV4, qi, CV6, and also the due, that means GV20. Those are for, boosting the qi. And the others, you can try to do something again. This point is very ridiculous. 神曲, right? It's what? The nerve. Can you needle the nerve? No, needle is just a point for motivation. Yeah, we put a piece of ginger here, and then we put some mustard there, and then warm it. You feel very comfortable, right? This is for warming the body. So if you get any cold symptom, okay, for example, cold, of course you do tonify here. Now the 功勋 here is before in the toe, okay, in the toe here. And this one is for tonification. If we want to tonify the spine besides the best shoe, we also get the SP4 here. Okay, this is a very good point for tonify. If we got this damn heat, of course we consider about moving the water, so we consider the 19 ST44. Why do we yin and chuan? This one, water. Anytime you are lack of water, consider SP9, SP6 and SP9. And yin and chuan here is SP9 here. Okay, qi and but stagnation, please consider 居全. Okay, guys, yeah, the first time you see this word, 居全, okay, 居全, here. LR8 is the mother point. It's a mother point of the liver channel. Okay, while the LR2, the LR2, and this is the sun point over there. Okay, 行间 L2 is the so we can see this is the mother point, and then the 行间 LR2 is the sun point. 写好 this point, as I mentioned before, tonify your blood. Okay, only through tonifying the blood, and then the blood can move. Okay, and if you do not get enough spin yang, please use the best shoe. Okay, the best shoe to tonify your spin and also the lung. I'm sorry, the stomach, the spin and stomach, and the system. Okay, and 江门 this point, 江门, this point, the 11 floating rib here. Here is the point, the front move point for the spin, and also the front move point for all the jiang, that means the visceral. Okay, so here you just warm them up by all those things. But when you consider the yang, the spin yang, of course those are not enough. Because what? Because you guys know spin yang is controlled by kidney yang. For me, I will consider more kidney point than the spin, because the spin is just one part of the kidney. Okay, so I advise you guys to consider BL23 instead, and then because it's just BL 21 is not enough. Just BL20 and 21 is not enough. You do and some more, just like BL23. Yeah. Okay. Here explain why we use those points. Okay. And the Chinese people like to saying that if you get any problem in your abdomen, in your epigastric region, this one. If you get any problem in your epigastric region, in your abdomen, you consider sani. Which sani? One, 足上里 ST36. The other, foot hand sani here is LI10. So as I told you, LI10 and ST36 they are brothers, because this is the little brother, this is the big brother. Okay, both of them are controlling tonifying the stomach. So this they have the same name. Okay, but one is for hand, the other is for foot. Okay. And then, of course, you can consider the 三阴交 here, okay, the SP6, which adjusts the qi. Other treatment, of course, you can just use in your auricular acupuncture, which I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Okay, here I just mentioned that many times when you got the abdominal pain, using acupuncture is one of the methods to cure it. Okay, but you must carry on the observation, and if anything you cannot control, please call 911 or send me to the ICU. And yeah, in the examination, we always get 4 choices. Yeah, I was wonderful to find 4 choices. 2 are unrelated. The other is to refer to his family doctor, and the 4th one is called 911. I have no idea, but I don't know how to choose. This is a really ridiculous one. Okay, how about the Chinese prescription? And Chinese prescription, we are just want to see which part we get the abdominal pain. Okay, for example, the first one when you get the belly. Okay, the belly problem, we use the soup for the 高粱姜汤, which is a representative formula. Okay, second, when we have the abdominal and also the pain for here, abdominal pain. What we are going to do, we are using umbilical. That means the pain around the navel, and then you can use this 土豆扣汤 as a representative. And here we also got this for the cold and more than the pain, and then we got this one is 依偎散. And this guy is very important, right? Because he's the representative of one school of thought, which suggests to tonify the spine. I mean, the strengthening the spine. Okay, 李东环, this guy. Okay, and here also another formula for those pain for the insufficient cold in stomach. We got this one is 龙波温中汤, and here we also got his damnation. And what we're going to do, 如喝散. And the last one here is the pain, unbearable pain in the abdomen and the heart. And then we get another 木叶散. And this was another representative for the school of thought in Jin Yuan dynasty. And this one always represent the Persian, always the Persian class. And this guy is representing for the strengthening earth, the strengthening spin school of thought. So they are different. And last one, 木香槟榔丸. And this is for food and qi stagnation. And this 槟榔, I don't know if you guys understand or not, okay? 槟榔is very famous when you're in Taiwan. The truck driver always take this 槟榔as for some stimulation. In China, we eat this one because we seldom eat the 槟榔. You know what's that? Because in the village, people seldom have time to take meat. Whenever they take, we just eat vegetable and also rice. However, we take meat because somebody get birthday, somebody get wedding, somebody get get a newborn baby, and then we gather all the people and then they start to eat meat, right? And since they don't have meat usually, so in order to digest all those meat, they will eat this 槟榔 first. Just like the time you are going to take a buffet and you want to eat as much as possible. What are you going to take? You take some pills for 一起digestion and you go there to take it, right? This is why people take the 槟榔. Now it's popular. This 槟榔 is popular in Taiwan for those truck drivers who had to drive longer but they don't have something to stimulate their spirit. So they just take the 槟榔. As 槟榔has a function of elimination, reduction, okay, help in digestion. So you take more and then you can take more food for that. Okay, this is the end of this part. Yeah, question.
What is a long What is long po?
Long po, I'm not sure because this is not no. I have no idea. I asked. Last time when I prepared this course, I have no idea of 龙破. 好波我知道是什么，但是龙破 I don't know. Sorry. 龙破.
Okay, as examining, should we do
No.
write down there?
No. The examination, you need not write down any herb. You just write down the representative formula. Which formula?
Okay.
Which formula? Okay.
Yeah.
This is simply. Yeah. I think we gone for about 1.5 hours, right? How about we take about 10 minutes break before we come back? Okay?
What is
10 minutes.
Finland? Do you know what it is? In
Finland?
Yeah, what is it in English? Do you know?
Anybody know the name of Finland?
檳榔
Oh, gee, but this is the Chinese name for that.
What is it in English? But what is it? Do you know what it is? No. Is it an herb? Is it
No, it's kind of
No, it's a nut. It's a kind of nut. A nut is very small nut, very small nut. Yeah. It's red in color. When you say all red around your mouth here, red in color. Yeah, you find it in the internet and share the picture with us because I have. Yeah, I don't know.
I have a question for headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chinese old people always say that if you sleep with a wet hair, you will get headache.
Of course.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Everybody says.
But you
yeah, you are the first time here. I always share story in Chinese culture with them. You know, I just repeat the same story. You know, I always advise my patient that after get shampooing, please blow it dry before you sleep, before you go to sleep, because there are many young girls who just keep her hair wet and going out there, right? This is I will tell them don't do that. They say no. I repeated long time ago. The time when you reach 49, when you get menopause, you will get really severe headache. They ask me why. Because I said, after you wash the hair, all your sweat pour open. And then the wind blows and the sweat pour will allow some moisture inside your skin. Now you are stronger, you are young, so you can have nothing wrong with you. But the time when you get menopause, your body become degenerate, and then you will get the headache, just like somebody take a knife to stab on your head, you know? So I advise them to dry the hair, and especially when you're sleeping. Before you sleep, you must dry your hair. Because I have one case in Hong Kong, there are people coming from China. She always have a long hair, but she was riding a bicycle with the ring on the hair, and after you get that, you just go to sleep. And then the time when she visited me, she was in menopause, she was very severe headache. And then I treat her about 3 months time, and then they get all the headache away. But this
that is because of the dam.
Dampness, actually. The dampness under the hair, right? This is very important. And so I advise, blow dry your hair. And before you sleep.
Talk with that topic with some Western medicine. They say that they do a study in UCLA.
Yeah.
They get people to do the research. They washing hair, wet hair, go to sleep. Yeah, they find the study. No, it won't cause headache. They say that's why they say I'm wrong.
Okay. I can share them. I can share them a story. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a research on doing some, the pills for conceptive pills. Okay, and that pills take about 15 years to take effect. 15 years, So this is a research lasting just for 3 months. How do they know that? You have to wait until this group of people get about 49. When they have a menopause, and I see what happened. Okay, I get into my head with them, see whether they can get headache or not. Okay, this is our experience. This is our experience in Chinese medicine. It's so important, right? Because we accumulate our experience all together from our mom and our grandmother. All of them they be there, right? And the other thing is after getting birth of a baby, and then people are not allowed to touch the water. So it's our alternative tradition for this one. Because of them, that's too. They wash their hair. What do they wash? They put the ginger in the water and then wash it because ginger can get rid of wind, right? So wind, this thing, Western people have no concept of wind. No, they don't know what's the wind, but we can know, right? Except you guys, because you guys study Chinese medicine.
We know that.
If you read the Chinese medicine of the Yellow Emperor's internal medicine, you know also wind. 头风, that means head wind. Internal wind, that means the wind you got while you are in sexual activity. You know a famous film star called Bruce Lee? Bruce Lee. He died in 1972. What did he die? She died while she was getting the sexual intercourse with a female film star. Died in the bed. This is because of internal wind, right? Because he drink a lot and until he have a sexual relation with the girl. Yeah, I really believe that that's mobile. Yellow Emperor's, internal medicine, because head wind, internal wind, so there's a 九风, that means the wind caused by the 包口. And also wind you can see, and 頭風 is one of them. Yeah, exactly. So if a time you can just look at those booklets, right? This is very valuable for us. And you know, this is the book first apply the yin yang concept into the medicine. It's very, very useful. Okay? So I just take a break. Yeah, let me see.
I treat a lot of people with appendicitis. Would this be, under this, do you think, would this be a good diagnosis?
Yeah, diagnosis. Yeah, right.
Well, that's what he said. That's what it sounded like.
He didn't take a service.
What did you say?
He didn't take a service.
He didn't take a service. That's great.
Ask. Sorry， 有一份嘢出嚟攞咯。呢份嘢嘅目的係將書嗰個嘅新聞咧就擺咗一張照，我咧就擺喺個 check 度。嗰張冇錯，每人攞張，係咪攞張？我接翻訂過咁。
佢跟住會不斷開班，全部都係你教啊？
唔知啊。
係啊，1月我知佢又有班嘅。
我關咩事啊？佢明請我啊。係啊。佢就呢堂我搞呢5堂，呢6堂。
因為佢啲網址佢就話1月都會有，因為我咧淨係即係譬如呢一個 series， 我淨係上到呢一堂，跟住我要翻嘅。咁我打過嚟佢話我1月又有，即係繼續會落嘅咁啊。係，但係你唔係一定係。我唔係一定教啊，我未必一定教，因為辛苦你星期6咁掹7個鐘頭咧，我哋溫完之後佢而家揾我同佢一啲 develop 啲可能同。因為第6堂我哋喺度㗎嘛，咁啊做下呢啲嘢咁，咁其實我不斷改進嗰陣時候，佢哋都未有一個好實質嘅一個 plan。而家最緊要得呢度出到5本書，5本書之後做啲咩咧？咁就開始做呢啲。跟住我哋會揾每一個 chapter 咧。希望揾2至3個 case study， 然之後佢哋咧就填啲diagnosis，一啲嘅一啲村民啊，一啲嘅 plan， 之後填之後咧，咁到最後考試嗰時就中間抽7條出嚟，咁然之後佢哋咁樣做，我哋所以未 complete 嘅。佢因為校長都話其他學校都搞緊呢啲，即係而家未有咁我哋少做轉咁解。多謝你。暫時講，我都係 try my best。唔
需要話多謝嘅呢樣，真係唔係多謝嘅。我舊年去完 Mary Wu 嗰個，今年我哋呢個班友。
佢好似俾個 email 我，佢哋俾咗個 email 俾我。
佢哋都有開班。
Mary Wu 話淨係話佢嗰班 Pankin 嗰度整班唔知600蚊係幾多錢，我心諗唔到。
去到嗰度，我未。
我哋幾多學生 Mary Wu 過？
係咪啊？
係啊，
我都收到個 email，佢係連續4日，星期4、5、6日咁啊，係咪啊？係啊。
掠水啦上去啊！我試過聽啦，聽到半堂課啊，你噏自己嗰啲威水史。
我試下先，我都乜諗威水史嗰啲。
勾完威水史就算啦，咁啊仲要係賣廣告喎。喂，你哋有咩？你過嚟我哋度上堂啦。
但係佢收錢㗎嗰堂。
佢好多學生付出。
係咪啊？
好多人付出。
佢咧仲要咧抵死就係咧，佢咧走嚟即係佢試過之前。
走間諜俾你。
嚇？
揾啲間諜嚟溝嘢。
唔係，佢走去第二間學校嘅，去同人講課嚇。
我去幫人哋講。
邊間我唔講啦。
梗係啦。
走去人哋學校，人哋嗰個 secretary 同我熟噶嘛，咁同我講翻佢走去嗰度同人哋講課。佢話：你哋學校教嗰啲唔得㗎，你要嚟我哋學校教。我讀啊，識。
沒落啦嗰間學校俾你聽啦，真係沒落啊！知唔知？好多人走曬，好多人走曬。佢話得翻一個人教嘅，真係慘。我哋間衰衰地嘅都有幾個丁喺度啦，有幾丁人，我都幫下手。
唔係你講埋講，你唔好咁啊！同埋你舊年咧我去聽嘅時候，衰到你舉個手喎，你唔係第一，你遲到唔準入課室啦。
我。
呢個幾好啊！呢個算啦，咁啊第二個你唔係又唔會話完全唔俾你入嘅，不過佢唔點同你講嘢啊嚇。咁啊第二咧就佢唔俾問呢樣嘢衰喎。點解唔俾問？佢就冇俾你問。佢咧就係即係有我啊，我仲有你我講到邊度，佢就話：我師你應該你而家應該要識㗎啦。
我中意識啊！
唔係佢阿孫識嘅話，佢大咧佢就再問深啲，佢又唔解釋。
校長都好慢嘅，我聽人話你啲人問話俾聽 review 得㗎啦，你唔好再答佢。咁啊，我講乜嘢關啊？我照問照答啦，一樣啫嘛。佢一叫唔好答佢 review 啦，咁都差啦。老實講，好似N年前我哋讀書咁樣，直情問證嘅時候，校長話唔準問，啲老師唔準答。
係嗰種咯，咁佢嗰陣時花嘅就早2年咁先會咁樣咁抵我冇啊嘛，咁你唔啱先説明係佢想 course 嗰啲係
啱啊！知嘅睇到，好嘅睇到㗎。
講在內。
唔係意思即係良莠不齊㗎，真係。
係。
每一年我今年第一次教呢班，但係我經驗就舊年我教咧就選修課就考試，即係 diagnosis 嗰啲，佢唔想考，我覺得佢亦都係良莠不齊。有幾類人我就甩咗即係走咗去，10幾後佢問我呢度幾個分別。有類人咧好清楚嘅，每一句都把目真係錯嘅，好勤咁樣幫佢講我。所以其實每人個 intention 每人即係咁啊講。跟住唔該晒你，多謝，非常好呢個 information。
我又唔好意思。
係我唔會講呢就唔係唔俾人，又問呢個。So we're going to have a fast moving time, right? We spent 2 hours just finished 2 topics, but for the rest 3 topics, I think it's 1 long, 2 short. That means I think we can finish that within 1 hour. So you guys may have early leave for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Yeah, go and just have a family gathering reunion today, right? But I promise, if you ask any question, I will answer you to the best of mine. I always told my students that we are learning together. Okay, even after 26 years experience, I still got to learn because you know, the using of herb and also the people's you know, the patient's characteristic will be different from different areas. Yeah, break. That's great. Go ahead.
高盐，还没 ready 是吗？
给过你钱，我不知道那个，我不知道那个钱给过你了吗？但我跟你拿。
Jennifer 罗
It's gone. Jennifer?
Yeah, Jennifer.
No. That's it. Thank you. Okay. So let's move. As I mentioned before, we have 1 hour and 5 minutes. I hope to finish everything within 1 hour because leaving we have a one long and two short.
You still keep it recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem. Okay.
Yeah.
So the following topic concern about the 腰痛, this lumbago, and also I think this name is not really appropriate, right? Sciatica. Sciatica is different because sciatica means something wrong from here down to here, right? It's really, really common in Hong Kong and also in here. Yeah, I can. Yeah, no kidding. Here, when I was in the student clinic, 80% of people coming to the clinic suffer from lower back pain. Some of them suffer from this sciatica. No, but this the treatment is different. The name is different. I don't know why they put them together. Maybe they like together. But for me, you know, lower back pain is lower back pain. Okay, sciatica is two things, right? But today,
It's a nerve.
yeah, it's a nerve. You're right. But sometimes we don't want to mix it together, right? However, I just want you guys, you know, in people getting about 50 years old, they always have a problem with the lower back. You know why? Because the lower back is always the time you spend your energy back, okay? Sometimes you use your back, same as your leg. In Chinese, people saying that people getting old, and which part will be getting aging first? It's your leg. Because your leg, they are coming you all the time, right? You are not using your head for 50 years. But when you are 50 years old, your leg following 60 years, right? And this is why we have to protect our leg. And which is controlling our leg is our wrist here. Right? So many people suffer problem in the wrist. And the other thing is, when you're young, you have to protect your lung. When you're old, you have to protect your kidney. You know why? When you're young time, if you spend all the time, you easily get the problem of tuberculosis. When I was young in Hong Kong, many people do all the way in order to earn the money, right? They all the overtime, and then later on they will get coughing. And after coughing, they find the blood on the handkerchief. And then this is the latest stage of them. They then send out to the hospital, and then the latest stage of tuberculosis, and then they die, right? And this is why we say we protect your body. Why you get this? Because one, you're overloading yourself. Two, your living condition. People are not living the space like this one. They're living a very, very small place with poor circulation. Of course, that will be the cause of tuberculosis, right? But when you get older, which organs are going to be degenerate? Is your kidney. Okay? Your kidney get degenerate first, so you get the lower pain, and then you get the powerless in your knee, and then you get forgetfulness, and then everything, right? Because of your degeneration of the kidney. Okay? If you are studying Yellow Emperor's internal medicine, you just turn to page 1, chapter 1. Chapter 1, you just outline the characteristic of a kidney to the life development of male and female. It's very interesting. Every time I teach this course, I will repeat this. Okay, this is a summary you got, right? I just want you to know the 7. Okay, this is what we call the lumbago. Okay, lumbago is always concerned about the lower back pain. Okay, lower back pain, and then pain is where is it? Either in the middle, or some people are asking me, yeah, I get pain in the middle. Is it because of the kidney? I say yes. I get pain at both sides. Is it kidney? Yeah. I say kidney govern all the part lower back. No matter it's the column, I mean the vertebral column, or the muscle at the back, or even in all the organ inside. Those are the places governed by the kidney. Okay, and this is very common and sometimes because of the tissue. I mean the tissue. Sometimes because of the organ. Okay, sometimes because of the bone. Anyhow, even concern about the internal organ, just in the kidney itself, right? So anyhow, if you get the lower back pain, you got to tell me whether it is the muscle or the tendon or the bone or the internal organ. All those things are the same. Why do we get those problems? Of course, most of them because of the aging. Okay, if young kids or young people get the kidney problem, of course that will be very huge thing. Okay, so one because of external sorry. Yeah, one because of the exterior syndrome. But exterior syndrome causing the lower back pain is very seldom. Okay, you know why? Usually, the first level attacking for the pathogen attacking the body is the 太阳. Okay, it attacks only the back, the head, and not even the lower back. The lower back is mostly because of what? Mostly because of they are taking too much Western medicine pill. This is what we have. About 35 years ago, when I was studying TCM college, my director of the college told us that you guys, when you are learning Chinese medicine, don't worry about your prospect. When the people invent more antibiotics, you guys surely can survive. You know why? Because people when taking more antibiotics, they will suffer from shaking, suffer from their lower back pain, and suffer from that they need to just find the Chinese medicine to cure them, and then you will be able to settle down the problem. Okay, from now on, nearly 40 years, I still rely on this one, right? Many people, they take too much Western pill will, first of all, will harm their kidney yang, and then the kidney yin, and also they will always shaking, hand shaking, and also all those problems are caused by the prolonged taking of medicine. Even the medicine for the hypertension, medicine for the diabetes, all those things is harmful to this organ. Later on, even they don't have the diabetes, they will have a kidney problem. Okay, so this one for the exterior symptom is really seldom, really seldom. And then exposed to wind and cold. Yeah, sometimes if you have a fan, for example, you sit here, you got a fan blowing on your back for 1 or 2 hours, and then tomorrow, and then you surely get the back pain. You know why? Every part of the body, it cannot undergo, the prolonged, blowing of wind there, especially your head, your shoulder. Okay, so whenever you start sitting here, you find the air conditioner, the fan direction on your back, please go away. Okay, otherwise you will get sick tonight, either exterior cold syndrome or heat syndrome. Okay, this is one of them. And the other thing is because of the wet. Because of wet. I just share one story with you. Okay, I'm living in Highway 7, and then that day is about one day last year. When I go out with my wife, we just want to make a 15 minutes walk around the Highway 7 and back home, right? But once we go out halfway, we find the rain's coming. Okay. Although we got the fan, so I get the umbrella, but the rain is not directly down. Okay, it's just in this position, and then we get all wet here. Those rain are the freezing rain. Although we get jeans, but it's very cold inside. So we rush home about 5 minutes. The first, once we arrive home, my wife rushed into the toilet for what? Diarrhea. This is wet by here, right? For me, what do I feel? I feel this two sides. Feel really shortness this both sides. You see, just the freezing rain around here, okay? Not in the okay. I get soreness here for 1 day. See, so you see, even the water, the dampness will cause us diarrhea and also the soreness in our lower back. Okay, although it's not invade the lower back, it just invade the leg, the foot, and also the thigh. This position, right? Therefore, we say that there's a stagnation of blood always cause your back pain, and the other thing is tiring. Remember, I just got moved. Okay. So anytime you move your house, please don't save your money. And then you are not going to hire the moving company. Do it myself. Be careful. Because overdrain yourself will hurt which organ? Kidney. kidney. Yeah, if you overwork your kidney with the first round of effect, so don't try to move your house by yourself, okay? Otherwise, you will get damage to your kidney, okay? You get also the lower back pain and also damage your kidney. So here it mentions about if you overtrain yourself and or you just fall down on the height, you got the damage in all your channel and collateral, okay? And this hurts sometimes. This is no problem for you to get a fracture. No problem for you to get the treated angle or dislocation. The problem is when you break this organ, you always break the tissue, the soft tissue around, just like the blood vessel, the nerve, okay, which will block the flow of qi and blood inside your body, okay. And once you get a fracture, you feel cold. You cold, even at warm temperature, but in warm weather, you still feel cold and nice because the qi and blood cannot flow through your organ, okay. And the other thing emphasized by the Yellow Emperor's internal medicine, why the people nowadays can just live to 50 years old, while those people 100 years ago can live 100 years old. The problem is two. One, they overindulging in the alcohol. Second, overindulging in sexual activity. So here you also mentioned about if we are overindulging in sexual activity, we will consume our kidney yang, kidney qi, and then also get the lower back pain. So in Hong Kong, many women, after giving birth to 10 babies, and then you will get severe lower back pain at their menopause, okay? Because it will hurt their kidney. The kidney qi will totally lost at that time, okay? So it will become very painful at their old age, or sometimes some people suffer from osteoporosis, okay? This is the cause of the lumbago, okay? This is lower back pain. Oh, here, just want to mention, how do we know the people getting lower back pain? Of course, one, according to his position. Two, he will tell you according to the chief complaint, right? And then this chief complaint may consist of the lower back pain, okay, or axial pains. What are the cause of that? Most of the cause because of aging. However, sometimes because you are invaded by the cold wind at the back, okay, this is because of wetness, the dampness. The dampness and the cold, both of them will cause the back pain or muscular stiffness and the noise. And then after you get this pain, okay, what will you feel? Feel one is painful, the other a limited movement, right? You move in this way, right? So you can just recognize by his movement and also his complaint, okay? And this pain sometimes will radiate to other part up of the body or around the other side, and usually occur after exposure into cold and damp. That means when the weather changes to overcrowding or to rainy season, and then you are the first one to foretell, okay, tomorrow is raining because my lower back get pain today, right? This is very common for people having rheumatoid arthritis. They also get the same ability to foretell the bad weather, okay? Those are the very important. And the other type of lower back pain is because of the stagnation of blood. And this time, of course, the people getting the history of blood injury and also tiring, and always need to intensify. When they sit for a long time and suddenly get up, and they will feel really painful, okay? In this case, they will have become, the lower back pain may be due to the accumulation of stagnated blood, okay? And this thickness in both sides and of a fixed pain there. And the last type, as I mentioned before, because of the kidney deficiency. And this type is easy to deal with, okay? And many patients will just complain that they got the lower back pain because they stay up for 2 days or they just overload, and then this is easy to deal with because we can just either through the acupuncture or giving some Chinese herb for them. Some people do not like Chinese herb. I will just ask them to make some Chinese herb with some bones, pig's bones. Okay, the spinal cord bone, put it in there, and after they boil it, and then they will get better, relief from the pain. Okay, and this kind of back pain will become dull pain, and sometimes not really dull, but soreness there. Okay, and when they just really tired. Sometimes it's a tiredness, not really pain, but this can be cure that by using some soup, some the supplements. You can do it. And this kind of people, they get a pale tongue and also the fine pulse there. It means that the kidney yang deficiency in this case. Okay. How do we treat these people? For me, I just remember. I just forget this one. Okay. For me, I just remember 4 points. Which 4? DIL3, DIL4, and also BL23, BL52. This is the point I'm going to use. Okay. And because along this one, you get here. How do we get the DIL4? You just this is the narrow piece of your body, right? This one, this is DIL4, and this is DIL3, right? And also around this point, you can have the 2 points here, BL23, okay, BL23 here. And if it's too severe, you can get more points with BL52, BL52. Okay, those 4 points are concerned about the lower back pain. You can get it. So here, you just mentioned about the 大强数. 大强数 is here, just DIL3 here. So you can add more besides this 1, 2, 3, 4. You add 2 more points to be the BL27. Yeah, 5. Just remember the 小强数. Okay, 25. So 3, 5, 3, 5, 25. I think those can work for this one. Okay. So why do we put 委中? 委中 is the here, just opposite to your knee here. Okay, right one here. Yeah, this 委中 WL40. Why do we put there? Because this is the main point for curing any disease on the back and the foot. Okay. Do you mention any problem from the lower back and your back, and then we can use this 委中 to cure them. Okay, to treat the problem. And 委中 is also the point for the bladder, urinary bladder. Okay, and this one we can use that. And how about the supplemental point? Supplemental point, as I mentioned before, kidney govern the lower back. So the kidney stool here, 23 cannot be forgot. Okay, so we just make the kidney stool here. Of course, the 命盲 GV4, it means DIL4, and also 52. Those points are sure. So you just remember this 4, 3, 4, 23, and 52. Those will be guaranteed with this one, right? And I think either he have any problem in the kidney or not. I always do this one. How about the RC point? RC point. For example, some people may not be taking both one. Okay, may get this point. But for me, I use 2 more needles. Okay, to less than 45 degrees and then pitch it on. And from time to time, we just move it up and down in order to release the heat from the pain from the body. Okay. This slide mentioned about why we use the 大强数. That means why we use BL25 to deal with that. And 委中 here also is a part of the channel of foot yang ming. So either, no, I'm not going to spend time on the auricular acupuncture. And here the conclusion is, from my experience, in my past year of experience, I found that acupuncture is good for any lower back pain there, but it's just for temporary. In my clinic, we got a lot of people suffering from lower back pain, but just using the acupuncture is not enough. 1, because we can't do it every day. 2, because our clinic is really, really busy. You can't book it within one week, sometimes 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You just do it once per 3 weeks is effective. So I just think that you can use both herbs, Chinese herbs, and also the acupuncture together. They will be better, right? So I would just ask them to use both of them, and then also do some exercise, and always advise them to if some people like to do that, you warm your hand and then put it in the back here. One hand, put it on the back here, right? This is all some function, because you can use the hot pack, other thing, to warm your kidney, because this is also good for you to prevent this kind of lower back pain. Okay, and the other thing is you have to do more exercise. So every time I give deliver my talk to the community center, the first question I ask is, do you do exercise in the morning? Yes. I will just praise those people who did exercise every morning. Okay? Because when you are always your knee this wrist this way, you just exercise it, it will preventing from getting any lower back pain. Okay, do it. Okay. So I just try to organize some classes for what? For stretching, tendon stretching, and also for exercise our back our backbone. So those are very effective. Okay, how about the Chinese herbal formula? And one formula I use for about over 26 years. This is the first formula I use since I graduated. I still keep using now, which is 独湖鸡参汤. 独湖鸡参汤, very useful. You know why? For people suffering from rheumatoid arthritis, I use that 独湖鸡参汤. Really, really important. Now, even in the skin care, I use that. And this is for the people suffer from, however, 独湖, this one, 独湖, this one is curing the lower limb, okay? But if in case there's something in the shoulder, I will change this one to 江火. Actually, 江火 is going up, while 独湖 is going down, okay? What is 江火? 江火 is Q-I-A-G. Actually, they belong to the same plant. But both of them one different way, okay? And this is a very useful formula. You guys should remember if you are doing your private practice to cure the lower back pain and also the rheumatoid arthritis. This is called the 江火独湖鸡参汤. I'm not talking about the modification, okay? And this is also about the another soup called the Sun Yin. Okay, you guys do not remember this one. Actually, you can buy it. But I don't know whether you can buy it in Canada, in Toronto, because the one I also always favor is called the 同仁堂. 同仁堂 get many type of Chinese patent medicine, but not all you can buy. Even you can buy in Beijing. When you visit Beijing, you can buy. But here in Canada, just import some of them, just like Louis de Wang Tang, just like Ji Ba Bao Wei Wan. But I don't think they got this 独湖鸡参汤. This is good for any rheumatoid arthritis. And the second, we got the 活络汤. 活络汤 is for what? For those people who get stroke. After stroke, they want to and activate their tendons and also muscle together. I always ask them to use this 活络汤. 活络汤, what does that mean? That means activating your collaterals. Activating the collateral again. Okay? And those are very important. And also we get some, Chinese patent material, medicine.
Which one was the stroke? The second one there?
Yeah, this stroke. Yeah, after getting stroke, we will buy this one. Or for the first one, immediately after that, we got another important formula. But this is maybe after 1 week's time, and then you just want to get his tendons and muscles into order. Okay, resume the order. We can use that. Okay. Second, about the damn heat. Actually, we get damn heat in causing the lower back pain is not really common. However, it did because sometimes people you can have all sorts of patients. Some patients after they taking the deep frying food and they will get the back pain. So in this case, you just consider this 二妙散. 二妙散 exactly contains two things. One is 黄柏, the other is 香树. However, if you only these two, you cannot solve the problem. So we get lots of modification for that. Okay, this is what we call the modified medicine. Okay, here. And from B, what do you mean by wind dam? Wind dam. Actually, I can tell you, this is the obstruction, the B syndrome caused by the wind, okay? And then wind and dam together, and then we can get the lower pain. And this time, we consider what we call this one. I'm sorry, so it's 江火. Yeah. 江火, 杏西汤, and this one also can get rid of the wind, both wind and dampness together. And then we'll get already the lower pain.
You said that was the obstruction of what?
Pardon me?
What was the wind damp was
Yeah.
obstruction of what?
No, I mean the wind damp will obstruct the flow of the qi and blood, and this formula is going to get rid of the both wind and blood, wind and dampness together. Okay, this is what we call 独活新气汤, and this modification. How about the wind cold? Wind cold. Yeah, wind cold is more common. Okay, some people are after blowing by the wind, going. This time is very common for those people just getting out of the car, coming to school within a short distance. If you do not enough clothes with you, okay, sometimes you get cold inside yourself, and then you will get the, just like coughing, just like exterior symptom. And this is the formula only for expelling exterior symptom. You cannot cure lower back pain. No. Okay, this is the 金防白毒散, 金防白毒散. Just getting rid of the wind, but no function in curing the lower back pain. So you can't find anything for the back pain. Okay, just exterior symptoms only. So we're talking about this one, modification. Okay, how about wind heat? As I mentioned before, the lower back pain caused by wind heat is seldom. So this one we use a very special form. We call it formula called 小柴胡汤. 小柴胡汤 actually is not for this use. You know why? Because 小柴胡汤 is not for the exterior symptom. Don't use this one. Don't use it. I'm not the author. 小柴胡汤 is going to kill those symptoms between the exterior and exterior, just intermediate. Okay, we call it as a 消炎 symptom. 消炎 symptom, just like malaria, just like ordinary chill and fever. Use 小柴胡汤. Other than that, please don't use 小柴胡汤 in this case. Okay, this is not for this use. So wind heat, I rather you use 银桥散 or 双猪仁 better than this one. Okay, this is my experience. I never use 小柴胡汤 except your pathogen goes through the 太阳 and then 阳明 and then to 消阳 and then you can use this one. Okay.
So can you write what?
Okay. Yeah. For the wind heat, if you got the wind heat, let's say fever, just like shivering and then headache, we use two of them. One is 银桥散. 银桥散. Okay, this is one is for getting away the wind heat and also the fever. And this is also useful for people getting sore throat. You can buy this in any Chinese herbal shop. I mean the Chinese printing shop, even the you just write down 银桥散 you just give you. Okay, this you just put a bottle at your home. Okay, even at night, some people suffering from fever and then seriously, you can just give him some of the dosage for that. Okay, 银桥散 or 双猪仁. Okay, this is very common. Lower back due to the kidney yang deficiency. Okay, as I mentioned before, anybody suffering from kidney yang deficiency will display lower back pain and lack of energy in the knee. Okay, sometimes weak and also low spirit. While in the class, always sleepy. Okay, and then this is the sign and symptoms of lacking of kidney yang. Okay, this is externally. Internally, of course, you get a really weakened digestive system. You always get cold, and some people, okay, and those are the kidney yang disease. So what we're going to do? We get a 右桂丸. Okay, people here for more than 2 people, you know, we just tell you what's the difference between them, right? 右桂丸 means right. 右桂丸. Okay, means the right kidney. That means what? Right kidney. That means kidney yang. That's right. So 右 means right. So this tonifies the kidney yang, right? And the other opposite in Chinese is say 左桂丸. 左 means left. So this time you tonify the kidney yin. Okay, left. Actually, kidney yang and yin difference. Left and right is different. And both of them share 4 herbs. Share the same 4 herbs. Okay, and the other are different. That's different by 3. Okay, and then this is why I say the same amount of the herbs, but they serve different purpose. And then depending on how you modify that. So this time we have 右桂丸, 右桂, okay, this 右归丸. So are you? And then this time, you can know that we are going to only find the.
Do you ever use them together?
Sometimes, yeah. I use, in the clinic, many people suffer from both kidney yin and kidney yang deficiency. Use both of them, okay? And left and right. So we can see this name is 左归丸. It's left, 左归丸. 左 means left. So remember, kidney yang, 右归丸, kidney yin, 左归丸. Okay. How about
Left is yang.
left yin.
Yang.
Left is yin. Left is yin. Yeah. Right is yang. Okay, yeah, that's right. When you guys learn about foundation in TCM, you should know that, okay? On man is yang, women is yin, and right, okay, is yang, left is yin. Okay? This is what we got, okay? Here is because of the external trauma. If sometimes because of external trauma, what we are going to do? We could undergo external trauma, you get a lot of stagnated blood, right? And this time, of course, you have to remove the stagnated blood from your body. So what we are going to do? We are going to get away the blood, the stagnation. So this time we use 大酱竹鱼汤. This is not common. Not common for me. Okay, I will use others. This is one of the formulas suggested by the author, but not me.
What do you use?
What do we use for this one? 血浮竹鱼汤. 血浮竹鱼汤. Okay, and this one of them. But I'm not going to give you some more formula because I think this different situation different, right? When it's just the traumatic low back, sometimes you have to do two things. One, to get rid of the stagnated blood. Two, will strengthen your body. Okay, just like I think still we'll use 右归丸, but with one or two modification. Okay, you can get some just like or other thing to get rid of those tumor. But this is no exact formula for that. However,
左归丸 and 右归丸 is the pills.
You can go to the Chinese herbal shop to ask him to just pick them up, or you can just buy the Chinese medicine 成药. Okay. 成药, yeah. You do have both of them, yeah. Both of them get it.
What's it called? So I can write it down. The pills. The name.
The pills. This is 左归丸, 右归丸.
They come.
They come. Yeah, exactly the same pronunciation. You go to any Chinese herbal shop, and they will give you a bottle for that. Okay. And then in Canada, it's very curious. Many people doesn't like to drink the decoction because of bitterness. Okay, they rather take it just the rest medicine and calm down. They finish in the morning, right? So this is automatic adaptation. I adapt to it because here is Canada, it's not Hong Kong, right? And the other thing I want to share with you is in curing a disease or any symptom, Chinese medicine will not use the single prescription, okay? Because of different times. So this is because of acute time. After acute time, and then after they finish, the patient getting stable, we are changed to another formula. And then this time we are going to what we call it not chronic stage, I don't know what the chronic stage, the later stage. Okay, after they recover. In the recovery stage, we are going to what? We are going to strengthen the bone. Okay, so all these things. So there are two stages. First of all, we get rid of stagnated blood here for this formula. Second, after there's no pain, but there's still some bruise there, we're trying to use another formula to strengthen the bone. All these herbs are going to strengthen the bone and also the consolidate the kidney. Okay, and this one. Okay, so we finished this one at about 8. Okay, we get 2 more, but I'm pretty sure that this helps too much because, as I mentioned before, the lower back pain is really common and more useful for you. Okay, you just take note of this one. Now this time we are going to see another problem. You know what do you mean by the neck strain? In Chinese we say 落枕. Have you ever get up? When you get up, you get the neck strain here. Okay, some people after they sleeping because of the position of the pillow, because of their sleeping position, they get neck strain here. Yeah, this is also common in every country, in every city, right? So what we are going to deal with is this neck strain. Okay, it's easy. Okay. The next thing, as you see, the challenge symptom is you get the stiff pain and limitation. Whenever you turn your neck, it's really painful. You can get stiff, right? A limited angle for that. This is because you're sleeping posture, making you have a stiff neck. This neck means what? Back neck. The back and the neck. Okay. Okay. What are we going to do? Of course, we consider no. What is the problem? The problem is the neck, right? How can we deal with the hand? So what we're going to do is to take what? I will consider SI 13 and SI 14. You know what are those points? 肩中语 and also 肩外语. How can you do that? How can you do that? Yeah. SI 13, SI 14. Okay. How can I know? How do I know? This is a diagram. Okay. This is GV 14, right? And from here you get how many? This is E2 inch, and here is a T1, okay, T1, and then you get 3 inches. Okay, this is SI 13, this is SI 14. Okay, those 2 points are helpful in releasing the tendon around this region. Okay, and of course here you get the both sides here. So those are the direct OC point. OC point. Which place you feel painful, you can limit action. You can needle on that point. Of course, those points, remember, are only for supplementary, except this point. Okay, this is 热诊血, and these two, one, where's SI3 is here. Okay, how see this one just have the head, but not directly. With both point here, and the other one is 弦重 is also far away here. It's a GB 36 or 39, GB 39. Okay, those are far away, and this point may not be helped. Okay, but you can just consider the OC point and also what we call it the SI 13 and SI 14. Okay, and here you can have a 风池. Of course, if this is not merely because of the wind, because of your sleeping position, but if you are sleeping, while you're sleeping, you're using the fan to blow on your neck, okay, you got to release the wind here. Okay, sometimes the pain will radiate from the neck down to the shoulder. Okay, so you have to consider the point LI15, 肩鱼 LI15, this 肩鱼. Okay, so 肩鱼 and 外观 this point is also help, right? Can help. And why do we put the 天重 this one? 天重 is real far away, right? Down in the scapula here, 2/3 from above. Some I don't think you need this, but if you can do it. Okay, but I think this is one of the methods to use acupuncture. For me, I think acupuncture is more effective than using herb because those are far and also quick, right? After you drink herb, you take about 3 hours for you, and this is not the way I can do it.
罗针穴是哪里？ Go extra tongue. Where is this one?
罗筋穴 yeah, good. 罗筋穴 is here. Yeah, between the second and the third, just after that, this is 罗筋穴 here, right? Here. So next time you get this next string, you just about the joint here, you press on here. This is 罗筋穴. Okay, you can take this one. This is also effective for that. So he mentioned that using acupuncture will be more effective than using herb, right? And whenever you feel pain, you just apply 2 or 3 needles around that. And what you are going to do is next time when you are sleeping, be careful about the position of the PLAR. Okay. How do you tell people suffer from this kind of illusion? Why? Because they tell you and come in with this position, and then you know, oh, this guy is suffer from this kind of illusion. Okay. And besides this one, you find the neck gets moved. Sometimes it goes severe. It will have some, suffering because it's too painful. Depending on the constitution of the patient. Some people get a strong constitution, they just have the pain here. But those people have a weak constitution, sometimes they get some other symptoms, just like aversion to cold, and just like the headache or other things, right? But the pulse will not be affected too much. No, I don't think there is a floating pulse or anything because this is not a severe case. It just happened locally, okay? So what I think is you just use some hot pack and then smooth here. That is okay for them, okay? And don't go to any Chinese chiropractors, okay? Because sometimes chiropractors just do that, and in this way, and you will danger. I did not go there because they're not trained. In Hong Kong there are two types of chiropractor. One type of chiropractor graduated from Australia and America. Okay, they can register in the government. The other type of people coming from mainland China, they claim that they know all these things. Okay, they just use really violent force to turn your head and to turn your spinal cord. I'm not suggesting that, right? So you guys should be more careful. Okay?
Is that part of tuna?
Do not. No, this is not tuna. Tuna is on the muscle, but not the bone. They just twist the bone. In this way, yeah. You have you seen in the video the people lying there and then they use the knee to just support their tummy and then quick and then all the thing this side and you hear clearly and then the sound here. I explained that, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, in order to release the wind, and also what we are going to do, we use one 葛根汤. 葛根汤. 葛根汤 is famous, Sometimes when you use 葛根汤to expel the exterior cold. Remember cold only, okay? Don't use in the hot one, okay? Because 葛根汤itself is hot. It's hot. Okay? It's also a famous formula for expelling the cold. How about the sensation of qi and blood? In qi and blood, we know that always get the similar sign and symptom, just like the neck strain with limited movement, and also also get pain. However, one more sign and symptom you have to notice because you have to take consideration of his tongue condition, because his tongue will have some blue stain, okay, and the pulse always displays choppy, okay, and vibrant. In that case, so you think those are this one. So what we're going to do, as we mentioned before, for any stagnation in blood, we use and move the qi and activate the blood, right? And this time we'll use this 肾痛足鱼汤. 肾痛足鱼汤. Also another formula for getting away the stagnated blood here. Yeah, this is also another formula, but I'm not using them often. And this is a modification. And in Hong Kong, many housewives will get some ointment at home, common ointment. Okay, you can just buy it. Sometimes you can buy it from Singapore. Singapore we import. Singapore and also the in Indonesia they import some ointment, just like red in color, some yellow in color, and then they put it at home. And those oil is whenever they get pain, the elder people just rub there and then they feel okay because they contain what? Some violin oil, some volatile substance, and then stimulating. And then this is one of the way of doing that, okay? And even you can get some but some kind of oil for that. This is one of the things. The other is using the exercising, functional exercising, okay? You get it, you just exercise yourself and then begin to doing it. You can, once you get the strength, of course, you can move yourself, but not too violently, okay? Keep a little bit movement, but do not violent the place while otherwise you will hurt yourself, okay? And do it slowly, and also the other acupuncture point, as I mentioned before, okay? In Dai Zhui, that means in GB40 and Feng Qi, this because of wind, so you can use this form method to get off the wind, right? And other, you can use here in Canada, you're not allowed, or it's not allowed, but some people can do it at home, right? Moxibustion. But if you're using in your clinics, you can just allow to use some infrared light, and also some warming lamps to to warm that region. But of course, the effect will not be so strong as using acupuncture, right? Okay, so this is the end of the 9-1. Are there any questions?
I'm wondering if there's a hernia that fits
in the lower back or in the neck, you have to do the same procedure.
What kind
The
of?
herniated disc,
就这样子扯。
Oh
the
yeah.
back or for the neck, it is not a soft tissue injury.
No,
It's
no.
a herniated disc.
Yeah. The disc, right?
Yes. Should we use the same point?
Same
You have
point.
to
Yeah.
consider it as a
Yeah.
stiff neck
Yeah.
or lower back.
Okay. My problem. My answer is, even you get the distorted position there, right? According to Chinese medicine theory, your kidney is governing for the bones. So we are not going to adjust your bone again, but we just want to tonify our kidney. We have a strong belief that even you get those situations, if you have a stronger kidney, and then you can bear those symptoms until you die, but you have no pain, no others. This is what we have. Understand?
Yeah.
So don't try to fix it, and then you just tonify your kidney, and then you will get no pain for the rest of your life. Understand? This is our situation, right? So you can still tonify on those points by tonification, just as a BL 23 or BL 52, those points to tonify yourself. But you're not going to deal with the place where you get the distorted disc. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Okay, the last one is just think about nice. Yeah, this strings 扭章. What do you mean 扭章? 扭章 is very simple. What does that mean? Actually, 扭章 means what? Yeah, means string. Sometimes you hurt yourself. Okay, you just trick your ankle or just break yourself. So what do you mean 扭章? 扭章 means the soft tissue. Sometimes you trick, you just twist your ankles, okay? And always will just when you twist your ankles, you hurt your muscle, you hurt your tendon, you hurt your ligament, and hurt your blood vessel also, right? However, there's no fracture, no dislocation, okay? Why? Because you just twist the ankle, okay? Sometimes it's really common. For us, even in Hong Kong, when you are walking, once a time I nearly twist my ankle outside. You know why? Because I'm not walking on the road. I'm walking in the grassland. And grassland, there's a hole there, right? I just twist my leg in this way. This is also one kind of springs, okay? And fortunately, there's no fracture. There's no dislocation there, okay? And this situation always happen in your wrist, your ankle, and your shoulder, other places, okay? And those hips, however, hip is a very dangerous position, as I mentioned before, because this the joint just a very, very thin connection for that, okay? So easily when under traffic accident, this hip joint will break for a very nasty fracture there, okay? What will the cause of the spring? And this cause is caused by violent movement. Just like when you are playing basketball. When you are running, when you are playing car accident, or getting a nasty fall, you always get this kind of spring. Okay, and what will the result? The result is the tissue around that joint will be just like the tendon tissue and also ligament. All of them will hurt. Okay, and then this time you just, for example, the muscle contain 100, the bundle of muscle contain 100 tissue. You may hurt about 80% of them, and even 20% which you cannot move. Okay, so what are we going to do? Of course, you here in Canada. What are you going to do? You go to see a doctor. What the doctor can do? They can just give you the pills. Okay, either stop the inflammation, second stop your pain. Right? Do they get anything? No. But if in Hong Kong you get what we call it the bone setter, osteopathy, right? Yeah, because they will just use their hand, they adjust the right position, and then they will apply some ointment, and then to massage position, and then use the bandage to wrap your leg. Before that, they put some Chinese medicine, the raw Chinese medicine there, and then to put it. After 2 or 3 days, you will find the ankle slowly from swollen and become normal on the side, right? But I can tell you, this is only for the teenager. Only for teenager. It means if you are just teenager, you can get well about 2 or 3 days in gym walk. But the people like me, if I get this kind of strength, I will get at least 2 or 3 weeks to get to resume. So be careful, okay? We will not, as we go older, we are not afraid of being elder, but we are afraid the time for us to recover from the sickness. This is very true. Understand? So here's my advice. Okay, this is a local. You get local place swollen, and then you get the restricted of the movement. Okay, how do you know? You can see this leg. Okay, the leg. Once you get the spring, what will you find? One, the most important thing, if you are the doctor there, okay, some people just falling on the ground, right? He get the spring. What are you going to do? Just sit down. First of all, compare both legs together. Unfortunately, both legs get spring, right? So compare both legs and see this leg, okay, this leg swollen, and then you get spring one again. The second, what are we going to do? Many people will say that they just apply some ice. Yes. I can tell you wrong. According to Chinese medicine, we are not going to use any ice. You know why?
Damn.
Same. After you get you put the leg in the water. After you get injured, you put your leg in the water to wash it or to.
You can use dry ice.
Yeah.
Dry ice, right?
Yeah.
You use dry ice, right? First what? For what?
But it's cool. Reduce
Just to reduce the heat of that
and the
inflammation.
inflammation. Yeah.
You see the heat information, right? Yeah, where can you get the dry ice? The hospital?
No, just a cold pack, put it
Cold
in the
pack.
freezer.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Goes where you put. You mean you always keep one cold pack in the refrigerator. When you take those cold pack, you have some water condensed at the side.
We wrap it
Yes,
with
wrap it with a towel or something.
Exactly. I think once you get hurt in your ankle, okay, you get all swollen, very sensitive, red in color, right? Very painful. If you put something around here, how can you sure? I'm sorry. Yeah. How can you ensure no water touch that? Because your foot is very sensitive at the time. Even a little bit water, it will absorb into the tissue and make it swollen. Okay. So dry ice is one thing. You know what I'm doing? I will give you some nasty feeling. In old China, people, I will ask a kid, urination. Give me some. No, not so funny. Yeah, you're right. Urine, yeah, you urine from a kid, not from an adult. You know why? Because kids' urine get a high concentration, and then we pour the urine into the hurt area. You know why? Because you guys study biology, you know. When the concentration of urine is higher than your blood, it will draw the water out, preventing swollen.
But now we don't have the kids urine. What do we do?
How about your urine? Why not?
Have the patient.
Why not? Wait, yeah, that's true. This is emergency.
Epsom salts.
Epsom salt. Yeah. The other thing, of course, in the lab, you just put the salt and then with the concentrator. I mean the saturated salt and put it there, right? Yeah, the same
But there's
thing.
water too. What would that introduce the dam to you?
But if the concentration of the salt solution is higher than your blood, you pull it out. After you pull it out, you use the tissue to dry it.
Remember you were saying about mangoes drink salt water.
Yeah. In the Persia, they use yogurt.
Yogurt.
No, not yogurt. Sorry. Egg yolk.
Egg yolk, yeah, sure. Egg yolk is also another. They're using the sandwich. No, have higher pressure, higher osmotic pressure. That means trying to draw the water. So anything much more concentrate in your blood, and then you draw the blood, and then you're right. In order to draw the water out, prevent get swollen. Okay, this is one of the ways to do it. One, never put your leg into any pure water. This is really wrong for you. Even the ice get the water. Okay, and we don't do that. Okay, when can you use ice? After 2 or 3 days, right? And then we are going to use hot pack in order to increase the surface. So we never use the ice except what you mentioned, the dry ice. Make sure there's no water. Okay. So this is
biofreeze. You kind of apply biofreeze.
yeah, biofreeze. You can do. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so here mentioned about the this is I share my experience there. Okay, and then if you got the blood and T, stagnation, and then what we are going to do, and then we're trying to use different method to kill it. Okay, first of all, as I mentioned before, here is not. How come we use it? This point, if we got the spring, no. Okay, 為中 is a point, 新語 is a point, but at the very beginning of the time when you get spring, we don't use any acupuncture, especially the infected area. Don't put the needle in those places, otherwise you ruin everything, right? No, we just take a rest for a few days after, and then you get it, right? So it's the wrist, this is a wrist, and this one you got the ankle, and this one we got the ankle here. What we're going to do? Sunlight, and also the U shape, and also the Qi. All of those pain, all of those parts. Those are the joints, okay? Just like this one, Qi is where you put your shoelace. The shoelace is a joint, right? And also the U shape is what? It's angle, external angle, down the angle here. All of them are joints, okay? So we just, sunlight is also the same thing, okay? So here how about the knee? The knee is a very difficult place to deal with, I can tell you. Every part of the body you get pain, you can exercise more. Okay, so for example, I get pain here, I can do more exercise. And then here, however, except your knee. If your knee get pain, don't just don't exercise much, otherwise you ruin the situation. If you get hurt in your knee, please take rest, okay, for about 2 or 3 days before you do the exercise. Okay, this is very important. So in this case, if you take the knee, you just take the CM, this is CM, it's the two holes you can touch. The 2 holes here, right? 2 holes here, and those we got the CM, and also we got the Yang Guan, and also the Yang Yao here, Yang Guan house here, right? And those are the points. And here, how about the elbow? The elbow, you guys know elbow just compose a few points, right? Here, and all those around here. So which is equivalent to the 简容吸经习. Okay, the he point, the she point was around here, right? So those, and also here's the river, Jing river point around here is Jing river, and here is the she point for that. Okay.
So for back injury, you sprain your back muscle. You put into the sprain category, not the lumbago, right?
No, lumbago, sprain, of course, sprain. Okay. You must use your rabbit to wrap it, okay, in order to protect. So when you twist your wrist, so what you're going to do is, of course, you apply some massage or some medicine, and after that, before you sleep, remember, use a bandage to protect it, because in order to keep it warm, the circulation will be better, and then you will get well as soon as possible. Even the twist, for me, if I get the twist in the ankle, okay, I will wrap it at night, use a bandage to wrap the wound area, so that when I sleep, I just leave it up a little bit, so that all the blood, all the synovium will flow back to our body, okay? In this case, this is what we do. Okay, we explain why we get all these tendons, because we know that our tendon is a tendon. Tendon, which organ is responsible for the tendon? Is the liver, okay? So we are going to, no, the liver is responsible for the tendon, yeah. This is, so, one thing more, the Chinese people, whenever they get the twisted ankle, or they get the fracture, they are not going to eat any acidic food, sour food, just like the lemon, just like the tomato, because they think that all the sour food will go into our liver, and liver is responsible for tendon. If you twist your tendon and then you take too much sour food, you will make it longer, the time for you to recover, right? So this is, we are applying the Chinese medicine theory into in our daily life. Okay, when we have spring and concerning about the tendon, we are not going to eat the acidic or souring food. Okay. Other treatment, of course, for the twisting, I don't think we need to use this cupping or other thing, right? But for the lumbago or for the with the pain, I think we can use this one. But for the injured, we are not going to use the cupping. Cupping is dangerous in this case. Yeah. So in conclusion, the cupping is anytime you get a sprain, of course, no acupuncture, but you can use a little bit tuner. Tuner is not directly to that position of around, okay, in order to increase the circulation so that the body can get well, right? And all those, as I mentioned before, sometimes you get warm, okay, keep it warm, and avoid invasion of the wind. Don't go out, or don't go to shopping, okay, if you take it. Yeah, exactly, this is good, you must rest at home. This is always emphasized by the Chinese medicine, okay? Okay, this is good. Thank you for your patience. We finished about 5 minutes before 5 o'clock. Thanks a lot, okay? So next time, please come, we have another book for 4, okay?
Do you have any suggested soup to strengthen the kidney? There's a lot of Western medicine people take. So there's no point, they have no choice, they need to take Western medicine. So is there any soup or any food we can eat in order to strengthen the kidney?
2 things. One, we try to, in Chinese medicine, we try to eat some more which can strengthen our kidney, just like and chestnut, walnut can tonify our kidney. Okay. And some is a kidney nut, 腰果 kidney nut, and those things can cashew nut, and also the walnut, and also tonify your kidney. Anything black in color, also will tonify your kidney. Kidney beans, of course. Black bean,黑豆.
How about chestnuts?
Chestnut.
That's black.
No, chestnut is not. It's bad. The inside is not bad.
Outside.
It's not bad.
How about when you have no sex? That's not good for the kidneys, right?
Then you're not balanced.
Then we need balance, right?
Yeah.
You need balance.
So like once every day, right?
Right. No problem. You will write something. Just like Chinese herb.
Oh, Chinese herb.
Chinese herb. Besides the 黑豆, we got the 杜仲、巴基、枸杞. Those are we always use.
For the acupuncture, as long as it is swelling, we don't have to do acupuncture.
No swelling, no acupuncture, no. Yeah, no. You can do another part.
In general, only for the.
Yeah, for the herbs. In general, you mean?
No. In general, that means any place has a swelling, we don't have to do the acupuncture.
No. In emergency,
no. For
no.
the arthritis.
Yeah, but for the other part.
Sometimes they have a swelling on the.
Yeah.
knee. We don't have to do the acupuncture locally.
It depends. Because those for chronic disease, you can do it. Acute one, you can prevent doing it immediately. Okay, let it die down, and then you can do it. Okay, acupuncture. Question?
Why can't we use spleen 6 and spleen 9, kidney 3 for swelling if it's away from the injured area?
You mean the swelling?
Yeah, swelling. Let's say swelling in the knee, but we can use kidney 3 and spleen 6.
To get rid of the
excess water.
Distal point.
Yeah, sure.
Not the local. You can
locally, of course, you apply 3 or 4 needles around the infected area. However, there are a few points for getting rid of water, just SP3, SP6, SP9, and also the two important ones, the KI7 and also ST40. ST40 and KI7, those are points for getting rid of the water. Okay.
We can use them if it's not on the affected area.
Exactly. This is why I told her that if I'm infected area, other distal point, away from that, still you can strengthen your kidney.
Spleen 6, spleen 9, and what was the
another ST40, and also KI7.
KI7.
Yeah. Okay.
杜仲跟住
巴基，
然之後煲湯。
係每日用巴基本身係黑色嘅。
Those formulas for everything with the policy
紙係攞嚟補腎啦，定係養肝嘅多？
補腎。你知道獅子雖然喺左龜右龜都挺酸，一定補腎。布獅子一定補腎，而且係補腎藥。
Well, no, I won't.
The week after.
I'll do it.
布獅子應該係寄生啊，寄生植物嚟嘅。
寄生植物。
係啊，佢拉喺人哋嗰個禽上，但係佢非常之補腎嘅。布獅子。Okay, see you guys. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you next time. Bye.
We have 2 more weeks, yeah?
Yeah, 2 more weeks. You're right.
3 more.
3 more. Yeah.
2 more.
No, 2 more for teaching, and 1 more for examination.
Oh, another one.
Yeah. Okay.
We have to do an exam? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do the exam, but you have to do more exam, you know.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. 唔使，拜拜。
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I hope you guys can learn something, right?
Oh,
I'm just following the book to talk. I'm so sorry with that. Okay. So next time.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay. See you next week.
See you
Bye-bye.
next week. Bye-bye.
Did everyone get this one?
We did the ones that we were here.
Okay, no problem.
Next week, I'm coming, but I'm leaving early.
Okay.
So are you having those pages from the last two?
Next week, this page will be like the print in your book. So.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah.
So what about the 2 previews?
And we can give that to you.
Are you going to have it earlier or
I'm
later?
not sure because
I'm leaving around lunch.
I'm waiting the professor to like finish them and I can print them.
Yeah.
Edit them and print them. I need to get the results from the professor, then I can like edit them and print them for the students.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in case I won't be here at the time that you hand it,
yeah, I will prepare earlier. Yeah,
next week, the week after, let's say.
Yeah.
Oh, see you next week. Bye-bye. See you next week.
next week.
Thank you.